Welcome to your favorite Tennessee Titans podcast, Tennessee Titans Weekly. Jacques.
Hawk.
What up, folks? Happy Sunday to everybody. What is going on? What is happening? Welcome, y'all. Welcome to our live chop up, Jacques. Our favorite show, bro.
Oh, yeah. I think the audience loves
Yes,
the live chop up also.
Yes, sir. Well, we appreciate everybody, joining in onto the show and everything. We're doing a bit earlier today. I know sometimes we do it late at night, but we are here early. And for those that are not watching us live, you can definitely watch the show later and even listen to it on our audio podcast for sure, man. Mm-hmm. So Jacques, we're here, man, to the 2023 NFL mock draft. Let's see who we got in the comment section, Jacques.
Yes, sir. Well, Weezy Bowski was here first, so I got to shout out and respect to him. He said, guess who moved closer to Tennessee, but I'm in the wrong territory. So it looks like you're in Chiefs country. You're close, but you close, but you ain't in Tennessee. But, hey, represent, man. We appreciate you holding it down in the enemy's territory, in the dungeon, in the wrong neck of the woods or the wrong hood, as they say.
Shout out, Weezy. What's good with you, brother?
We got Aiden. He said, what's up, y'all?
What up?
We got Dre. We said, what up, guys?
What's up?
We got Volcano in the building. He said,
what's good? What's poppin'?
JS75, what's good, brother?
What up?
What up? Jonathan C in the building.
JCZ.
We got Rodney G in the building.
That's RG. There he is. What's up?
Got Jeremy, Mr. the El
Young
Squire in the building. He said, what's up?
My guy. What up?
What's up, my guy?
Yes, sir. What up, y'all? What's good?
Yes,
what's good, man? Well, cool. Well, we're gonna start getting into this draft, man. What up, Stanley?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sid in the building. What up, Sid?
C-Dub in the building.
Finally, real facts, no paper. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So you all have heard throughout about the draft, about the 2023 draft. That was just done a few weeks ago. PFF had us graded at a certain clip. I even seen ESPN. I saw this yesterday. ESPN, Sports Illustrated. It's a whole bunch of different draft grades that have been given out. And safe to say, every single one of them either had an A or B. Majority of them had an A. Like ESPN had an A plus. Sports Illustrated had an A. PFF had an A. There was one thing I seen that had a B. So overall, national media throughout knows or thinks that we did an incredible job in the draft. To get an A in the draft, that's pretty big, bro. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, as you all know, the media is saying something different. I'd say overall, from what we've heard on the radio, what we've seen on Twitter. I mean, we're gonna always hear negative things on Twitter. That's just what it is. It's rare to hear. We could sign Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes or something. There's gonna people say something, but we still get the temperature. And Jacques, I'd say a grade of D. Wouldn't you say the same from what you've seen?
Yeah. It's a mixed bag, man. It's real mixed up, dog.
Yep. So what we want to do today, we're going to give our draft grades, man. Okay, we have really been looking at the grades here on the draft, and we want you all to be involved as well. As you all know, we got 21 people in the chat. Hit the like button and subscribe if you've not hit the subscribe button yet. But we're going to have you all involved too. So we're gonna have a 3-way grade. Does that sound good, y'all?
That sounds good. Before we get started, Hawk, let's shout some more folk out, man.
Yes, sir.
We got Lion King 81 in the building. Yeah, what up? My favorite podcast. Salute,
yes,
brother.
Sir.
Really appreciate that, man. Thank you for the kind words. King Isaac, my brother. What is up? King
Isaac in the building.
Got Steven in the building.
What up, Steve?
#Titan up. Jay Porter, what up, brother? What up,
JP's in the building.
I'm gonna get to the super chat in a minute. Solomon, my brother, he says, "Hey, Titans Weekly, salute. Thank you for watching the show.
What's good?
Blaze offer. Only the first pick was right. We're gonna get into that, my brother, in a minute.
Yes, sir, Blaze.
Titan South with the $2 super chat. He said, "Will Levis could possibly be our franchise quarterback for reals." We'll talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
Go ahead, Titans. Hey, Titan South. I like your logo. I like that. The logo's dope. Bro. So yeah. So Titan South. Boom. My bad, shot. My bad. I said boo myself by accident.
Oh.
Hey,
nah, you good, bro.
Titan South in the building early.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Mr. Jones in the building. He says Malik gained valuable experience. You won and knew what to focus on in offense. I think he can win the QB2. Again, we're going to talk about it.
We're
gonna talk about it. Jay Bryan, tighten up. All right. Hope I think we can.
Okay.
All right. Get this show kicking, bro.
Shout out to everybody in the comment section, man. We appreciate that. All right, so let's get it cracking. All right, let's get it going on with the draft. Again, 2023 NFL draft. We did this, this mock draft about a week or so ago, and now today we're going to actually do the grades and everything. And so let's look first before we do this. Let's look at what we had in our mock draft and see how it compares to the actual draft. Now, I will say over the last 2 or 3 drafts, I say we were about an 80% success. And I'm talking about position and even where they were drafted. Okay. So let's look at where we were on our mock draft shot. All right. So let's take a look. Okay. So in round 1, Jacques and I both had us taking a wide receiver. I think you all probably said the same thing too during our draft show. Wide receiver being number 1. We actually drafted an offensive guard, Skoronski, or offensive tackle. He might play tackle, but we'll talk about that. In the second round, Jacques, you and I both picked offensive guard. We ended up getting quarterback. We moved up to get Will Levis at quarterback. Round 3, I had us going defense, a defensive end. You had us getting a tight end, and we actually drafted Tyjae Spears, who Jacques actually had us picking in the next round, in the 5th round. He actually had us drafting Tyjae Spears. So shout out to you, Jacques. And it wasn't in this round, but the player he ended up drafting. So, but I had defensive end, he had tight end. Round 5, I had us drafting a wide receiver. He had a running back. We ended up drafting a tight end in Whyle from Cincinnati. Round 6, I had us drafting an offensive line, in particular an offensive tackle, which we actually did in this round. And Jacques had us picking a linebacker. So I actually got this one right, round 6. On the flip side, on round 7, I had us going defense and picking a safety. And Jacques actually had us picking a wide receiver, which we actually did, and picking the UT Martin receiver, Colton Dowell. So we were right, 2 out of the 6 picks, at least at the draft spot and slot. We got that right. Now, Jacques, let's look at the positions. Now, I don't have this in a particular order, just looking at it in general. So in my draft, again, I had us picking a wide receiver, offensive guard, DN, wide receiver, offensive tackle, and safety. In actuality, we did draft a wide receiver, an offensive guard, and an offensive tackle. So I was right that we drafted 2 linemen. I knew we would do that, and we did do that. And we drafted a wide receiver. Though late, we did do that. So I say position-wise, that's what I got right. I'm not going to say that's a big success, but I at least got that. Jacques, you had a little bit more success than I did. So you had us going wide receiver, guard, tight end, running back, linebacker, and wide receiver. So you had us getting a guard, tight end, and a running back, which we got. We got 3 of those positions and a wide receiver. So we did get that as well, and we got him in the last pick. So you got 1 extra pick right more than what I did or whatever. So, shout out to you. But that's where our mock was in that, man. Any thoughts on that, Jacques?
So if anybody's new to our show, me and Hawk have been right. Well, okay, we have been close every time we do this, but it's always either out of order or wrong player. But we're close to what we're picking. Like it is insane. Like sometimes, like, man, how the hell are we doing this? I don't get it. But again, shout out to you for getting the picks that you got. Like I said, it was just freaking out of order. And I think the first round pick, we assumed that we were going to get a wide receiver in the first round, and our assumptions were wrong. I think everybody's assumptions was wrong. Now, you probably had a couple people that knew we were going to go what we went with, but again, we just was the safest pick. We thought, I mean, we didn't know that thought process, but now we know, right? So,
yep. So, okay, y'all. All right. So, Jacques, let's get rocking, man. All right. Yep. We want those as well in the comments, man. We want y'all to pull up your grades as well. We're not looking for a number. We're just looking for a letter grade. Whether it be an A+, A-, B. So give us a grade letter for this draft pick at this draft spot, okay? So that's how we're going to do this, okay? We're going to look at where they were drafted and then the player itself. If you think it's a B-, throw it out there. And at the end of each round, we'll culminate all the grades, and we're going to have a grade. We're going to actually have – this is going to be a real grade show, not a PFL for, people just throwing opinions. We coming with facts, all right? Yeah. So let's get it going, bro. All right, Jacques, so for the first round, pick 1. All right, so here's a list of our draft picks here. All right, as you see, round 1, pick 11 was Peter Skoronski. the offensive guard / offensive tackle out of Northwestern in the first round. All right. He's 6'5", 325. Dude is a mammoth of a man, bro.
Yep.
So, Jacques, let's talk about him, bro. So, what do you think here, bro, in the first round, pick 11, brother?
I'm actually going to give it an A. Because and again, we talked about it on the show. We were adamant about wide receiver, but if we said if we got a offensive tackle or guard, I was cool with it either way. I didn't think it was going to be Peter Skoronski, but I'm okay with it because he's versatile, right? He can either play the left, he can play left tackle, he can play guard. The good thing is we do have Andre, I think it's Dillard, that we picked up from the Eagles, who can mainly play that left tackle position, and you can bump him in the guard, and man, you have a 10 to 12 year starter that I see rarely getting hurt. He reminds me of Ben Jones, just bigger, right? He seems tough. He seems a day one. Remember what we said on our show? We need a day one starter to plug and play right now. No questions asked. We need him to come in and play right now. And he did. And I think, and I believe, and I know Peter can come in and do what he got to do. So I get an A from me. What about you, Hawk?
Jacques, great breakdown. And so I'll say mine, and then we're going to start running off these grades. Hey, y'all keep coming through with the grades and everything. Again, we'll shout you out for sure. So for me, man, I'm really happy on this pick. Just as you said, we said that we would be okay with an offensive lineman here because we need offensive linemen. And the best interior offensive lineman in this draft was Peter Skoronski, and he was available. Rumors had said that the Titans had thought about getting a quarterback at this spot, in particular Will Levis. But they were saying that Peter Skoronski was just too good. It was too high on their draft board to pass up to go to a quarterback, right? So you go for the sure thing. You go for a starter who could possibly be a Pro Bowl in the next 3 years. You draft this guy. Have you guys seen this guy next to Mike Vrabel? This dude makes Mike Vrabel look like Spud Webb. That's how big this guy is, right? When I tell you, I've seen the tape on Peter Skoronski for his entire career. He only allowed 2 sacks. You're looking at a guy. People keep saying guard. Jacques, I won't be surprised if he played tackle, bro. Left tackle.
I'm okay with either or.
Me too, man. If you slid Dillard down to left guard and you put him out at tackle, either way. But that's what I do like about this pick is flexibility because this guy can play all over the field. So, Jacques, for me, bro, at this spot, I'm great. You're on mute, Jacques, by the way.
I'm doing it on purpose. I'm putting this up on Instagram. I was gonna put everybody in the chat, man. Say what's up to Instagram, man. Y'all come slide through whatnot.
do your thing, brother. Do your
thing. Go ahead.
But I'm giving it a grade of an A+, bro. Okay. I'm happy with this pick, man. I'm happy with this pick. Peter Skoronski, welcome to Nashville if you're watching the show. Welcome to the Titans, bro. Hey, I don't know if he's going to wear 77, but welcome to Tennessee, man. So I'm saying A+ for Peter Skoronski.
A+? Okay.
A+. So who do we got out there, Jacques?
Oh, yeah, we about to find out. Let's see. So a name. I like that A name. Gives it an A. Let's see. Bruce Matthews, great comparison. He's like a 10-year, 12-year starter. Rodney with a B+. JS75 with an A-. Mr. Jones comes through with a C. Mr. Jones, I'm curious on the second pick what you gonna give his grade on. I'm really curious. Lion King 81 with an A. Titan South with an A-. Blaze with an A+. Saul with an A+. Let's see. We're coming in. Steve with the A for Peter. Okay. Let's see. Cadaro with the A+. Let me see. DeAndre came unique. Hey, C-. Hey,
minus. Okay.
I understand it, man. I understand it. Let's see. DeAndre with the A+. Let's see what we got here. We got any more? Sherrod with the A. All right. So it looks like the overall consensus, Hawk, is an A.
Okay. I'm with that. Okay. All right. So we all think it's an A for our first round pick. Hey. That's better than we've been since we drafted Jeffrey Simmons. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree 100%.
Yeah. I mean, Traylon Burks, as a first round pick, he did well last year, but I really like the Skoronski pick this year. I do.
Me too.
I really do. Yep.
You get like I said, I'm gonna continue to say this. A day one starter that I don't think is going to get hurt. I just think I feel like he's gonna come in well prepared. He's ready to play football, and I think it's a safe pick to where he can compete early. We need that. We got to stop this coming in the camp out of shape like Traylon did last year, or the year before that. Caleb Farley is not prepared. He's hurt. I think the year before that was
Isaiah Wilson.
The waste of a pick, the most busted.
F-.
Yeah. Then you got Jeffrey Simmons the year before that when he came in and he didn't play right away. So we need production right now, like right now.
Yeah, we do, man. We do. Okay, y'all. All right. So that's our first grade of, and again, it's not so much the player, it's part of it, yes. But where they were drafted, right? Yep. Where they were drafted. Okay. So Peter Skoronski, first round pick 11, grade of A. A for Peter Skoronski. Okay. All right, Jacques. Round number 2. All right, this is the one everybody's gonna want to listen to. We might clip this as a video itself right here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at what time is it so I can fast forward and clip it right here. All right,
2:31, man.
Yeah. All right, all right, folks. Our second round pick, quarterback out of Kentucky, William Levis, who I heard is going to be wearing the number 8 starting camp. To be wearing number 8. So, Will Levis. Now, we're going to grade him or we're going to grade, his family, his sisters and all. Everybody's talking about him more than his girlfriend. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to start off on this one, Jacques. We'll do a round robin. All right. Okay, she's like, what did you just say? Huh?
Oh, man.
Y'all talking about us?
She's a looker. She's
for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For sure. Okay. So I got these comments. I'm sure they're going to.
Oh, they about to be funky, bro. Just get ready. Y'all already coming in, dog.
We might give y'all a full 5-minute section just to comments on this one. All right. So the Titans moved up to pick Will Levis in the second round. And, looking at where we drafted him, quarterback is a position of need for all teams. If you don't have a solid quarterback, if you don't have a confirmed Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, or whatever quarterback position. Look what's going on in Arizona right now, right? They think about getting a quarterback, and they got a quarterback they just signed, right? So if you're not solidified there, I understand getting a quarterback. I do. And you might as well let him compete, see what happens, right? A lot of people had Will Levis as a first-round pick. When you watch the tape, Will Levis does some great things, especially his junior year tape. Senior year tape is not as impressive as his junior year. Will Levis does have a lot of upside. He's 6'4". He throws with a cannon. Played in the SEC. He did a lot of things, very well at Kentucky. Looking at where we drafted him in the second round, this is where I wish we could have drafted a wide receiver, honestly. Now, who gives you more value? A great quarterback or a great wide receiver? I'm going great quarterback all the way through, right? But in essence, you're saying as a second round pick to this guy here, you are our future. You are in our future plans. It might not be a 3-year deal, might be a 2-year deal. What I'm saying is, your first round pick, they give you more, and the more later you get picked, it kind of slows down a little bit, right? So Will Levis will get some opportunities. But I do think that we could have, if anything, we could have traded down to get more players. I still think we needed more depth. And we put a lot of trading up to get Will Levis at this spot. Now, okay, I see we got a super chat. I think most Titans.
Now, again, what we do, guys, if you send a super chat, we will stop what we're doing to acknowledge that super chat. So
that's correct.
Go ahead, read it, Hawk.
It says, I think most Titan fans are Vols fans, so we don't like Kentucky, so we don't want Levis. I think he'll be okay as far as skill. Stanley Wilson, that's a great comment, bro. Stanley Wilson. Do-do-do-do. Boom. Stanley Wilson in the building. Okay, so very true about that. So we're going to take the UT part of it out of this, right, in this situation with Will Levis, okay? Because we did hear a lot of people talking about Hendon Hooker should be picked here or whatever, and I disagreed wholeheartedly with that at the second round pick. I still think we could have got something different, and I could be wrong. And I'm really hoping. I hope Will Levis does great. He's here now. I don't want anyone to fail here. Let's just make that clear. But we have Ryan Tannehill. We got Malik Willis. We got Will Levis. Something's got to break. Okay, we keep hearing that Ryan Tannehill might get traded, and things like that. So that actually helps Will Levis's case. That helps him being picked here. That's the only reason I would say it will help him at this point until I see further notice on him being a quarterback. So at this spot, I'm giving a C+ as a second round pick for Will Levis. A C+ here at this spot. That's where I'm at. What about you, Jacques?
Right. So again, I gotta mimic that, man. We could have got value here. Now, again, we're in SEC country, and your accolades are measured on when you're in the SEC, right? And if you're poo in the SEC and you think you're going to be successful somewhere else, it might happen. It might not, right? But we measure things off a conference, and he wasn't good last year in the SEC, right? So when I looked at the pick, and y'all seen my face when we did our like, it was almost like a show, but it was like our raw reactions. I wasn't happy with the pick at all because, again, like you said, Hawk, we could have got
there it is. There's a clip of it.
Yep, exactly. We could have got better value at that point pick, right? There was a bunch of receivers that were still on the board at that point that we could have moved up and got and could have added instant value right here. Now, one thing I didn't know, and I learned while I was just doing some more study, Will Levis is 24 years old. Now, I know everybody was giving Hendon Hooker flack for him being 25.
That's right.
But we give it three years, Hawk, he'll be what? 26, 27, right? Yep. So he has no choice but to come in day one. He's another one that has to come in day one, pick it up, and start. Yeah, you're going to make your mistakes, player, but it's no sitting back. You're too old to be sitting back and learning. I know you're quote-unquote new to the NFL, but the reason why Vrabel and them picked you was because you're going to fit right into the offense that we got, right? Is what I'm hearing. It's like, okay, he fits our scheme. Okay, cool. What is our scheme? We don't know what the hell our scheme is, right? Are we doing the Ty Downing scheme, or is it going to be Tim Kelly? I'm going to tell you this. I give this pick a C, and I'm right with you, Hawk. I give it a C because of the fact of his potential, right? He has the potential, a high potential to be Josh Allen. That's if the Titans don't mess it up, okay? And I put this on the Titans.
I'm about to log off, Jacques.
If the Titans jack this up, they jacked up what's the kid's name? Malik last year. They couldn't develop him. If you can't develop Will Levis, guys, we have a program problem. We have a problem in our program. We got in our code, we have a break in our code, and we have to figure out how we go about figuring out and troubleshooting our code. We need to get on a triage. If you're in IT, you know what I'm talking about. We need to get in a war room and see what's going on with our particular program. It's on Tim Kelly, London, the quarterback's coach, even Pat O'Hara. You guys have to develop this kid to be almost a day one starter. He's hungry. He's trying to come in here and prepare as the day one starter. But if you don't give him the tools, which we're going to talk about that in a minute, which I say receivers, you're not giving him the tools to be successful. We got a problem. Then we go and say, let's look at his 2022 film. He was horrible. Okay? Horrible. 2021, he was amazing. He was like, okay, hold on. What was the difference? Right? Two different offensive schemes. They say if 2022 was more of an NFL offensive scheme. Well, the Joker struggled, okay? He struggled. But when you put him in his element, which was 2021, he thrived. Now, what the history of the Titans, are we known to put people in their position to make them be successful where we put them in the element to thrive, or do we try to change them? We can go back to Malik last year. What did Vrabel say? I don't want you running. You better not run that ball. You better sit back in that pocket and throw. Will Levis knows how to run. He's a runner. He runs like Josh Allen. Are you going to tell him the same thing? Hey, Will, don't run. Well, but Vrabel, what is he supposed to do when he's supposed to make a freaking play when he ain't got no receivers to throw to? Again, I'm not faulting Will Levis. I'm not putting this on him. I'm putting this on the Titans in this organization. If you don't have the tools to prepare this young man and get him right, it's a waste of a pick again. And he's older. He's 24 years old. They gave Hendon Hooker flack for that. Then I got to give them flack for him being this old. He went to Penn State. He couldn't do it at Penn State. He had to transfer to the SEC, right? That's where they, quote unquote, you prove yourself. All right, cool, right? So that's my grade, a C.
Okay, a C. Okay. All right. So before we go to those grades, great points. I got to make this on this comment from Max Titan. So I don't think, and Jacques, tell me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. I know this is how I feel. I don't think that we have an issue so much with Will Levis.
No.
As much as he has issues. Don't get me wrong. Yes. We know his struggles. We know that he has a ceiling. Him and probably AR have the highest ceiling of the quarterbacks or the lowest floor. What we're saying is they're not providing him the opportunity to succeed.
That's no paper.
That's the issue.
Facts, no paper. Yep. Can I elaborate on that more?
Go for it, sir.
Okay, so exactly what Hawk said. I think you have to take the picture out of it, and it's like having a brand new something, right? You're like, oh, we got a shiny new something. Well, if I got a shiny new car, I gotta drive that thing right? I gotta play it right. Oh, we got a super chat. Let me go. Titan South with the $2 super chat. He said Todd is just horrible play caller. Tim will be okay. We're gonna get to that.
Okay, we'll get to that for sure.
Let's
Titan
go.
South. Do. Boom. Titan South in the building once again. Appreciate
yes, sir.
Titan South.
Okay. So
41 people in the chat, by the way.
Hit them like button. So again, it's not a knock on Will Levis. Like Hawk said, we if you behind that center, I'm supporting you no matter what. People hated Malik, I'm gonna support you, bro. People hate Tannehill, I'm gonna support you, bro. If we had Logan Woodside back there, I support you, bro. You on my team. You got to get this thing going. Can you develop him? And what has the Titans shown as an organization that they can develop quarterbacks? Most of our successful quarterbacks, besides the early years with Steve McNair, have come off the whim of picking them up in free agency. Tannehill, free agency, right? We couldn't develop Mariota. We changed his game up, so you messed his career up, right? We don't have a history of doing that. And until we get a history of doing that, I feel sorry for the young man because I'm like, we don't know what we got. We can say, well, Tim Kelly's going to do this and do this and do this. Hey, can Tim Kelly do it? I hope he can, but we see what he did in Houston, right? So again, and I see that comment, was it Max Titan? Let me say this. I don't hate Will Levis. Now I know my guy, Mr. Jones. I know you UT all day, bro. I get it. Again, I'm looking at the bigger picture. I'm looking at if you're in IT, you look at the bigger picture. You're not looking at the happy path. You're looking at the non-happy path. You're looking at the functional testing. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of what makes this thing function, right? Let's get into the meat and potatoes and say, okay, hey, Will, who are you throwing to? Okay, Will, hey, how are we going to develop you as a quarterback? How are we going to develop you as a person? What's your leadership skills like? What's your preparedness like? Are you ready to get this thing cracking? I'm not just looking at he's a big quarterback and he can run and do this. No, I'm not looking at that. It took Josh Allen 3 years. Are we going to wait 3 years? Are we patient enough? I know I am. If you put the position, I'm gonna say it. He's going to be your starter in September. Will Levis, and I also have a theory that Malik's gonna be backing him up because I wouldn't go in there with Tannehill making $39 million. Now, Tannehill's not gonna develop Will Levis. He already said he wasn't gonna help Malik, and he kind of damn near said he wasn't gonna help Will either. So they both on their own. So they both gonna kind of have to help each other out. But again, I'm riding with the young man. I hope the young man is successful. But again, do I believe in our program? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and to Max Titan's point, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see since Todd Downer is no longer here. So Jacques, let's go in these comments. Let's look at some of these grades on round 2 for Will Levis.
So let's see
a lot more comments than grades.
Okay, I do too. We need grades, y'all. Now we got the comments. We need grades. Sherrod comes with the C-. Now, Mr. Jones, I already know what you was going to do.
Ooh, F-.
I already know. Take the UT out of it, bro. You got to take the UT. I get it. A from Lion King. Okay. D from Blaze.
Okay.
A because this is Tannehill's last year.
JS, I understand that, brother. I do.
Levis will be an A. I don't know if you guys heard. That's breaking news. They've been trying to trade Tannehill. Don't nobody want him. Rodney LeGrand, with a C-. Well, Blaze, I already said that. Let me see. I'm trying to look for some more. You right, Hawk. A lot of Solomon with the A.
Okay. We're all over the place, bro.
Man, we're all over.
And I get it. I understand. I do.
Work for special site swipe picks. Yeah, Cardinals 2024. Yep. And then we go into next year. We don't have a lot of picks next year either. So that's again. All right. Let me see. Yep. I know Mr. Jones. He's 24. Hooker's 25. Let me see. I'm with you, Hawk. I see more comments than anything. Max Titan with a B. A name with a C, lots of talent, but this main problem is decision. And you know what? That's
it's hard to fix.
Facts, no paper. His decision making, and hopefully he can change that in the NFL because windows close faster and defenses hit harder. Stanley Wilson with a B, Rashid with a B, and let's see. Besides South, I hope. Can he stay healthy?
Yeah, hopefully so. Yeah, I was at the game there in Philly and saw that, man. I was pissed off. So, Jacques, looking at these grades, it's kind of all over the place. I'm gonna say the fans gave a C. What do you think?
I agree with that. I was going with the thing, a C.
A strong C. Yeah.
Yep, a C.
Hey, and we understand. I get the A's. I do, especially if Will Levis pans out to be a really good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we got this guy in the second round, and he lost a lot of money going from where he could have been. What's up, Keisha? What's happening? What's good? What's happening? We've, from where he could have been drafted to where he was drafted, he lost millions of dollars, like from like 26 million to like 5 million. That's a lot. So when these players don't get drafted where they think, and it slides, every pick that's getting picked on is like, damn, that's 100,000. That's 300,000. That's a million. Every pick that gets picked that ain't you. You know what I mean? So Yep. So cool. Okay, y'all. All right. So I'm gonna recap real quick, y'all. Right now, we're all on the same page. The only difference is I got some pluses behind mine. I got A+ and C+ for Skoronski and Will Levis. Jacques, you and our subscribers have an A for Skoronski and a C for Will Levis. So we're on the same page here, y'all. We're on the same page. We are. So, all right, y'all. Okay. Well, I hope Will Levis turns out to be an A, because that'd be huge. I hope so, because we need that. We need that. Right. So. All right, y'all. Okay, so we are now done with the second round. We got the first and second round done. Now, let's get to the third round. And now, again, if you look at our draft pick, look here, round 3, pick 81. This was a trade that we had from Detroit via the Arizona trade to get the running back out of Tulane. Now, this is a guy that Jacques had us to actually select in the mock draft in the fifth round, but he was picked up in the third round. Tyjae Spears, the fast, speedy, playmaking running back out of the no ACL having running back from Tulane. They're in New Orleans, baby. All right, Jacques.
Yes, sir.
So talk to you, bro, man. What's up, man?
So again, I had my guy Tyjae. I've been doing some extra homework on him. He was a standout in the Senior Bowl at Tulane, man. He was putting up numbers. One thing I didn't study was his knees, right? He doesn't have any ACLs. And I had us picking him in the 5th round for a reason. I was thinking, I was like, he's the first 4 rounds to me wasn't his rounds. He's a good 5th round pick, and the value there would have been amazing. But to pick him in the 3rd round again, when you still had receivers on the board to help your young quarterback that you just drafted, you didn't do it, right? So with this, my grade is a C. And the reason why I gave it a C was where he was picked, right? Not his dynamicness, not what he can do. It was where he was picked. But again, the upside on this kid, he does stuff that is slickly kind of reminiscent of an Austin Eckler, right? He can catch out the backfield. Ooh. He's real shifty. He's real this way. And again, when people are talking about his knees, well, Frank Gore had his issues with his knees. So I know he's been talking to Frank Gore, chopping up him, seeing how he dealt with it. And again, I'm going to say this too. He's played pretty well to have no ACL. I'm like, man, what have you been doing to where you don't have no ACL? And I know you deal with arthritis in your knees, and that can be a lifelong thing, which that will be a lifelong thing. But I think where he was drafted, I didn't like it because still, again, I'm going to keep emphasizing this. And the Will Levis thing was out my mind then. We need receivers. We need a dynamic receiver to add to the young talent that you got, and you didn't pick it up there. So for me, it's a C. What about you, Hawk?
Jacques, facts, no paper. So what I want to do right now before I go to the next pick, man, I want to give you all, an update as far as our show. Again, we've been doing a lot of audio, and we are on Spotify. We're on Apple. You name any audio podcast, we're on there, and we're having content back and forth. So at times, if you don't see our face on YouTube, you can check us out on Apple. Tennessee Titans Weekly. There's a screenshot there. Yep. Some of the shows that we've done over the last week. We got a lot of great shows, and we talk about a lot of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So if you want to, cut the grass, or you ride in your car going to work, and you don't want to see your phone and look at our mugs, just listen to us on your headset. You know what I mean? Right. Same type of content, just in an audio form. Even here, Spotify or whatever. That's one of our special shows is Our Titanic Thoughts. So at times when me and Jacques are having these moments of conversation about the Titans, we record it. You know what I mean? We put it out there for you all. So check us out on those audio podcasts. The links are in our description as well. All right, so 3rd round pick, Tyjae Spears. This guy's a playmaker. And I never thought about Austin Eckler, bro. Like that's exactly how he plays. The jump cut he has is amazing. Okay, and we got 45 people in the chat, by the way. So his jump cut, his ability of speed is incredible. Okay, Tulane, he gave USC problems. He played at Tulane. Like some of the schools he were playing against, they couldn't stop him. And he's going against NFL-like defensive players, and he was killing them. He was the main reason of Tulane's success this year was because of 22. And I'm not talking about Derrick Henry. I'm talking about Tyjae Spears. Tyjae Spears is a playmaker. I really like the pick. And shout out to you, Jaelyn. You had us to pick Tyjae. But think about this. We've gone 3 picks, 3 rounds and 81 picks, and no wide receivers still at this point, right? So I personally don't like the pick here at this round. Now, what Rand and Mike Vrabel might have thought is we're not getting this guy in the 5th round.
Yep. Facts, no paper.
We don't have a 4th round pick. So we got to get this guy. He's special. Okay. He's special. And it's a different dynamic for us on offense. Jock, I know you've talked a lot about building more speed. Now, this isn't speed on the outside. It's speed on the inside. You know, a change up to Derrick Henry. Now, we've had that with Dontrell Hilliard. I don't know his status. Dontrell Hilliard is a hell of a running back, by the way, when it comes to playmaking. Early part of the season, he was the reason why we were winning games was because of him. But, okay, we got a super chat. All right.
Late show
Titan. Okay. Man, I hated the running back pick in the 3rd when Hyatt was there waiting to stay in Tennessee. I got you, brother. C-. Lake Show Titan. Do-do-do-do. Boom. Lake Show Titan in the building. So, Lake Show, not to carbon copy you, bro. I totally agree, sir. I don't like this being a 3rd. I think, again, they did that because there was no 4th round pick. They were probably like, let's get the best offensive weapon player available, and that was Spears. But we still need receiver. We need receiver help by this time. Okay, 1st, 2nd round, you didn't get a receiver. Fine, cool. You get a lineman and a quarterback. From a value, there are better values there. But you can really get a good value wide receiver. So at this point here, bro, I'm giving a solid C. I'm giving a C. Because I like the player. I just don't like where we picked him. So I'm giving Tyjae Spears. Now I hope he balls out. And I'm hoping to keep his knees intact because we do not have the strength and conditioning folks here to help you out, bro. So whatever you do in New Orleans, you need to keep doing that, bro.
Man, your program, exactly. Don't subscribe to our program, bro. We don't know how to keep nobody healthy, my G. So I hope, man, oh my. It's like you said, Hawk, stay in New Orleans, bro, and just do your thing.
Eat the gumbo, the shrimp. You know, so get on Bourbon Street, do what you do, and get your rehab, bro. Don't come to Broadway in Nashville, bro.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Better get your rehab there, bro. So, all right. So let's look what we got in our comment section, man.
All right. So Blaze with the C was picked too early. Lion King with the B.
Okay.
Keisha says she don't understand why we did it. I don't blame you.
Yep.
C+.
Especially since we drafted Hassan Haskins last year.
Yeah, again. It's a carbon copy. This draft is a carbon copy of last year's draft. It makes no sense, man. It's crazy.
It was.
Steven with the D+ was a pick too early. Tyler Scott. Exactly. Tyler Scott. Oh, my God. If we would have got Tyler Scott. Oh, again, it was so many receivers. Jalen Hyatt. Cedric Tillman was there. Like, we could have got. Oh.
Yep.
C-. We needed a receiver. I think everybody is saying the same thing. C.
Yep.
Didn't have to get him in the 3rd. And you know how.
I got. Oh, go ahead.
You what you said earlier was he probably wasn't going to be there, but that's what facts, no paper.
Yeah, that's why. That's what I think. He just wasn't going to be there. It's like, no, we can't pass up this guy. This guy is he's like a mini Reggie Bush out here. We can't pass up this guy, right? So let me tell y'all something. I see a D. So let me say this real quick on these grades. So Mike Vrabel is taking a risk here in not drafting a receiver till later in the draft, and it's more like, okay, if that's how you feel, you got to live and die by the sword. So next year, if our receiver players wasn't like it was this year, Mike Vrabel's going to get some smoke. Oh, he's going to get smoke. We were 31 and 32 in the league in receiver play and yards last year.
Oh, yeah.
Let that repeat this year. And we lose 10 games.
Man. They're going to start asking for his head, bro.
I know, bro.
They're going to start. I mean, they got a couple of people that's on our show, even last year, that's been asking for Mike Vrabel's head. And I'm like, a little bit too early, but just you right, Hawk. This
that'll
everything's
start
tied to you, bro. Like
that'll start that's where the conversation will really start, I think, if that happens.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we got a
Rodney with a
D.
D because we
Yeah.
should have taken again a wide receiver. I agree 100%. Eddie James, we're gonna say this for the chop up, my brother, but great question.
Yep.
I don't mind answering. Is it A? Let's see.
Okay.
I want to see if we got any more grades. We go. Did we already answer Titans South? Did you send another super chat, bro?
Yes, sir. That's his third one, bro.
$2 with the man. Thank you, Titan South, man. He said,
Yes,
I bet Tannehill would have beaten Andrew Luck.
Hey,
I don't bet
Tannehill don't give the proper respect a lot of ways, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think the fact that he did so bad against the Bengals, that's why teams don't want him. That's the problem. The Bengals game. He played like me out there playing quarterback. He sucked. He know he did. He played horrible.
Yeah.
He did horrible.
Yep.
So, Titan South. Do. Boom. Titan South in the building for a third time. Titan South. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. A name C for the players, crazy talent, but huge risk. D for the pick is all we need. So I agree 100%. If this backfires, if let me say this, if he gets hurt this year, Vrabel, and again, shout out to Paul Kaharski. I got to give Paul Kaharski his credit. Even sometimes you get on my nerves. Paul Kaharski is not afraid to ask the tough questions, and I can see that exchange between him and Vrabel. And I think he did ask something like, "Why would you take a running back with some type of knee issue?" Shout out to you, Paul. Shout out to Paul Kaharski, man, for that. So, what's the overall grade?
It's in between a C or a D. What do you think? Is that at least that's the vibe I got?
I say C.
C. Okay.
Yeah, I say C.
C. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So we're all aligned right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Over the last several years, we had been out of line, especially with our subscribers and stuff. Like like we had A's and F's. Like we're just way off. But we're aligned or whatever. So okay. All right. So we got an A, C, and a C. The ACC. All right. Okay, so let's look at our next round, man. So we got our first 3 rounds out the way. 4th round, we did not have a pick in the 4th round. So our next round that we have is, so let's get the picture up here so y'all can see it, is the 5th round. It's the tight end, Josh Whyle. I keep hearing Wiley or Whyle. I have no idea, but I'm going with Whyle as his last name. Okay, so let's get it cracking. All right, so let me pull up his picture. Okay, here's Josh Whyle, the 6'6" tight end. Some people even say 6'7", man. Runs a 4.6. This guy here, hey, he's got some ability. So, Jacques, who went first on the last with the Spears? Was it me?
I thought it was me, maybe.
It was you. Okay, all right, I'll start this off. Yeah. Okay, so Josh Whyle. Okay, so this guy, I don't know if y'all have seen tape on this guy here, man. It was a lot of tape on him his junior season when Dennis Ritter was his quarterback. As you all know, Ritter's the quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. And that year, the University of Cincinnati was the number 2 team in the nation for a few weeks, actually. They had players like Sauce Gardner. I mean, they had a lot of ball players. Kobe Bryant, the corner. They had a lot of guys that are starting in the NFL to this day. And he was a part of that, a major part of that. And had a pretty good season his last year, too. As you all know, may know or might not know, Cincinnati is also the school where Travis Kelce went to play ball as a tight end there, too. This guy here, I think is going to pay big dividends for us in this round, bro. In the 5th round, you get a guy that's 6'6", 245 and runs a 4.6 and has soft hands and catching the ball. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I've seen, I said a knock from him, he's got speed, not acceleration speed, but good frontline speed. You know what I'm saying? And he's tough. He breaks tackles. He wants the ball. Like he has some cockiness to him. And I don't know. I don't have right now the stats in front of me, but I think like his last season, like not last year, the year before, he had at least 9 or 10 touchdowns. This guy was just, I was like, damn, when it came to the red zone, that's who they targeted. Him. They targeted him with fades, slants. This guy here, you tie him up and put him in a position on our offense, we could do very well. Then you got Chig, who Chig is the best young tight end in the league. Somebody argue with me now as far as a first-year player. Anybody can argue with that, Jacques. You know you and I are very high on Chig. Cheek is arguably my best favorite player from the draft last year.
Mine too.
Yep. You have Cheek and Whyle at tight end. I know we don't have no receivers, but man, we're straight at tight end, bro. So at this spot here, I still think we should have drafted a wide receiver here. Let's go be honest with you. So on this pick right here, Jacques, I'm giving an A- for Josh Whyle. Welcome to Nashville, Josh.
Okay.
What about you, Jacques?
All right. So when the pick came down, and I'm looking up his stats while we're speaking here.
46 people in the chat, by the way.
Yeah, hit that like button. Man, when the pick came through, and like you said, he's 6'6". Some got him listed as 6'7". Was it 240, 250? Or how? Yep. Yeah. And ran as a 4'6", and he went to Cincinnati, the same school as Travis Kelce. Right when I started looking at his film, I said, no, this kid has potential. He has potential. And I told Hawk, I said, man, we might have the best duo of tight ends, if they can stay healthy, the two duo tight ends in the league. And I know he hasn't played a snap yet, but if the scheme is right, he can be dangerous. He has Travis Kelce height. He's not as thick as Travis Kelce, and he's a converted receiver to tight end. That's what he is, right? Yep. He runs great routes. He's just not the fastest guy, but he presents a threat. And so if you got Chig and him in a two tight end set, if you can scheme it right, you can bump him out. You can bump Chig out. It's however you want to do it, right? Again, I'm telling you guys, this is all on Tim Kelly. If Tim Kelly can draw up the scheme to make it look pretty solid, cool. But I love the pick, man. I gave it an A.
Okay.
I gave it an A. Okay. And again, I wanted a receiver there, but it almost makes it up for me because I did have us drafting a tight end regardless, right?
Yep.
I had us drafting a tight end. And so I liked the pick in Whyle. I was like, man, and this particular draft was real deep with tight ends. So it don't matter which really tight end you got, you're getting a value pick. And he's a day one starter. He's going to come in here like Chig did last year, and he's going to start day one. The problem with Chig was Chig didn't get on the field enough because of stupid Todd Downing and maybe Vrabel. I'm just throwing it out there, but I'm not going to put it all on Vrabel. But Todd Downing didn't give him enough opportunity to get out there and do what he show what he can do. Now he's in a different scheme. So now these two together, guys, in the next couple of years, you might have the best tight end duo in the league, and it might be something different. Not comparing him to Travis Kelce, but he has Travis Kelce abilities, okay? In physical, if we're going to talk about the physicality of things, he's physically gifted just like freaking Travis Kelce. So that's my grade is an A, dog.
Okay, y'all. Okay. All right. So we're still aligned, bro. Again, I had no idea what your grades were going to be. I have my grades right here. I'm just reading off what my grades are and making my talk track for them. So, yeah. So, okay. All right. So, what we got in the comment section? Okay. Lion King.
With a B, he wanted A.T. Perry in that spot, which I can understand. B, big body tight end who can catch and block. Yep, that's Vrabel's thing. He loves blocking. B- from Rodney. Steve with a B. Whyle is huge. Mr. Keep Me Off Camera with an A-. I like that. Keep me off. Exactly, Titan South. You took the words right out of our mouth, bro. Yeah. See, we had enough tight ends. We also needed defense. I want a corner. Now, two
Blaze of fire
DBs here. We wanted a DB. I would have took a DB in the first. It's crazy. I would have took a DB. B+ with an asterisk behind it. All right.
Okay.
B. Solomon with a B+. Let's see. B+. Oh, is it popping up? There you go. B+. Titan South. I hope that's what we get a lot.
Let's go.
B with a fifth rounder.
Yep. That's what I'm looking at. Fifth round, where we picked them.
And it's Josh Whyle. So I think you're right.
Whyle. Okay, we've been saying it right then. Okay.
Yep. A- for Captain Trips. Let's see if I see anybody else with a grade. Yep. Captain Trips, they both went. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. All right. So the census, to me, what it looks like, Hawk, is a B.
Yeah. I think it's a B+, actually.
B+. I agree.
Yeah, man. I agree. So, okay. All right. So we got a B+ here. Okay. So I had an A-, you had an A, and our subscribers had a B+. Yep. So, okay, that's a pretty good grade here in the fifth round. So, Josh, welcome. He will have opportunities for sure. As soon as he steps on the field, he will have. I don't know if he's going to wear that 81. Austin Hooper's no longer here, so he might throw that 81 on. Yep. Hey, he will get an out. And it's weird he's wearing 81 because Travis Kelce's number in college was 18. So I don't know if it's a flip. You know what I mean? I don't know if that was on purpose, but yeah. So, okay. All right, y'all. All right. So I'm going to go down the list real quick, Jacques. So for me, well, we'll just go first round. I had graded an A+. You graded an A. Our subscribers had an A for Peter Skoronski. Second round pick, Will Levis. I graded a C+. You graded a C. Our subscribers graded a C. For our third round pick, Tyjae Spears, I graded a C. You graded a C. The subscribers graded a C. All aligned there. And then last here on our recent pick here, Josh Whyle in the 5th round, I had A-. You graded an A, and our subscribers had a B+. So we're still aligned pretty well.
Yep.
Okay, y'all. All right, this is where we are right now. Okay, so let's look at our next round, Jacques. Jaelyn Duncan, the offensive tackle out of Maryland, round 6, pick 186, Jacques.
Yep.
Big dude right here, 71. Somebody said he looked like Daly. I said, don't say that because he wears the same number. Don't say that.
No, he ain't Daly. He ain't Daly.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that at all. That's a curse right there. 43. We got 43 people in the chat, by the way. All right, Jacques. Tell us what you think, sir.
I like the pick. I like the pick at that value in round 6. And we need our O-line help like crazy. Now I look at Whyle Duncan as more of a depth player. And he's going to add that depth. I think he played left tackle at Maryland, and of course he was teammates with Chig. So shout out to them too. He's real athletic.
Yes,
I think that's what I like about him. He's real athletic, and he's even willing in his pressure. He said he's willing to play multiple positions if need to. Right. So you got to figure out how we can get this young man on the field because I'm like, okay, he's athletic, moves very, very fluently, movement's pretty solid, and I don't think he let up a lot of sacks either. When doing some research on him. So just looking at his tape, man, he's pretty 6'6", 320, dog. 6'6", 320. Let's look at that size, okay? 6'6", 320. Something I like about our O-line now has gotten bigger and more athletic, right? To be 6'6" and 320 and to move like he moves is amazing, okay? So with this particular grade for this pick, because we do, like I said, still need O-line help, I'm going to give it a B. I give it a B.
Okay.
And now, again, there were still receivers on the board at that time, right? There were still receivers on the board. I think Jonathan Mingo, was Jonathan Mingo still on the board? No, he was not. No, he was not.
Most of the good receivers, most were already drafted at this point.
Was Josh Downs still on the board at that time?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You can check into you. I might be wrong. I felt that at that time. I was like, well, man, most of them are gone. We should have drafted before. But I might be wrong. I might be wrong.
You had the kid from Penn State that I was I checked out. He was pretty solid. Man, again, we'll talk about it. But for me, it was a B. What about you, Hawk?
Okay. All right. So when I look at Jaelyn Duncan, I look at his highlights. Last year he only gave up 2 sacks last year from what they say. And, the highlights that I saw with him in Maryland, I saw one play, man, Joey Porter Jr., the corner from Penn State, man, he destroyed him, bro. It was on a swing pass, bro, and Joey Porter wanted nothing to do with Jaelyn Duncan, and Jaelyn Duncan flattened him and then got up, started talking trash. I said, that's what I'm talking about right there. I like that right there. The old lineman that talks trash, because that means you got some meanness to you, and that's what we need, right? So I actually had us picking an offensive lineman at this spot, in particular a tackle, and that's exactly what we got. And this guy here can play guard. He's a swing tackle. I don't know if he'll start or not. I'm sure he will at some point in his career. Some injuries get down. Probably this year he'll be out there playing. That's just how it works. If you get drafted, you're going to play at some point because injuries will happen. I really love this pick. This, besides the Skoronski pick, might be my favorite pick of the draft at this spot. You got a guy that could have been in the 3rd round, and we picked him up in the 6th round. This guy started for Maryland for 3 years, okay? And we're not talking about a little bitty conference. We're talking about the big ACC in Maryland, right? This guy in the Senior Bowl was destroying people. You know what I'm saying? Yep. People try to get him around, they just couldn't do it. And not so much because he's a humongous human being, but he had quick feet. I'd say he's a better pass blocker than run blocker. This is why he was drafted late. Okay, I think that's where his struggles will be in the run. That's something he's going to have to learn. Is run blocking? It's not bad, but it's worse compared to his pass blocking. So from where he was drafted, I get it. I understand. And then there's been I think it was ESPN. They actually said this was the best pick of our draft based on where he was picked. And I said that before I heard that. You know what I'm saying? So at this spot in the 6th round, given that wide receivers, in my opinion, kind of slim to none at this time, I'm giving it an A+, bro, at this spot.
Nice.
I like the Jaelyn Duncan pick one because I said we would pick a tackle here. That's exactly what we did. Right. So I gotta stay true to my what I picked. And then who we pick, I'm fine with it. You know what I'm saying? Right. So A+ for me, bro. All right, who do we got, man?
Let's see. Give me 1 minute. All right, we got Titan Fox with the A-.
Okay.
Rodney with the A.
All right.
Awakening with the B+. Steve with the C+. A, because we need offensive line depth. I agree with that.
Facts, 100%. No paper.
B- from Blaze.
Yep.
A is needed as a swing tackle, which he will be. I think he'll start. I think he'll find. He want to start. He'll find. You have to find a place for him.
Yeah.
On the line. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he got to find a place. Lion King with an A. Okay. Minister Jones with a B. Okay, Minister. All right, cool.
Mr. Jones.
He's a little positive. I mess with him.
You put him in right guard. I feel you, Lake Show.
Hey, I don't care where you put him. Put him on that outline, man. He needs to be out there. Like, dude, is solid. B, nice potential, low expectation.
Agreed, Sherrod. Agreed, sir.
Hell of a comment, boy.
Yep.
Hell of a comment. Yeah, that's our grades, man. That's what we have so far. So I can say it probably an A.
An A. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
An A.
All right. Okay. All right. So we got an A here for Jaelyn Duncan in the 6th round.
Before we get started, before you continue, Goku 420. I feel like Rand's going to be better next year when it comes to the draft analytically because he's just getting his feet wet, guys. Wait till he learns the process. Vrabel, go sit your ass down somewhere. I got this. That's how I see Rand doing. I'm sorry, y'all got kids in the room, but again, we'll talk about this. If the B is first one, not bad, bro. Not bad.
Yeah. I agree. And then when the draft is over, I am going to ask a question. So I'll just keep that in mind. Okay. At the end of this draft, I'm gonna ask you a question, Jock, and I'm gonna answer it myself too.
Okay.
All right. So this is where we are right now. As far as I have an A, C+, a C, an A-, and an A+. Jacques, you have an A, a C, an A, and a B. And our subscribers have an A, a C, a B+, and an A. So we're all at the same. We're all saying the same thing. If you look at our GPA, it's probably all the same, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, cool. Okay. Because in one, where I say an A, you say A-, or if I say a B, you say A+. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have one that's a little higher than mine, but by a point or two. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same, really. Okay, Jacques. Our last pick of the draft, man.
Hey, thank you, Eddie. We appreciate this. Even though I'm a Colts fan, I enjoy your takes, man. Hey, salute to you, bro. I appreciate it.
Salute, Eddie,
and I haven't forgot about your comment either, bro. Just wait till we want to get to when the chop up happens. So we try to respect everybody, man. If you're a fan of another team, come in, throw your perspective out there. We know your team too, so we'll definitely try to comment. So.
And also too, giving you a Colts fan, I'm not sure if you watch Bring the Juice podcast. That's our Colts cohort. Yep. So we're on their show often during the season, and they're on our show as well too. Some good guys, man. Hey, check them. They love the Colts, and they slick hate the Titans, and that's a good thing. That makes it better.
Right.
When you're talking to people that hate your team and vice versa. So, okay, all right. So the last pick, Jacques. Looking here, our last pick, round 7. Pick 228 out of Lebanon in Nashville. It's about 40 minutes outside Nashville. If you go drive fast enough, it's about 30 minutes. And as they say here, Lebanon, they don't say Lebanon or Lebanon. They say Lebanon, Lebnin, Lebanon.
Right.
UT Martin, which is in West Tennessee, Martin, Tennessee, close to Memphis and Jackson. That boy, Colton Dowell, number 15 for UT Martin. Okay, so I'm looking at this pick. We finally drafted a wide receiver. Finally.
Yeah, we did.
Finally. Hope I didn't hurt anyone's ears by saying that. This is how we've been waiting so long to draft a wide receiver. And we freaking did finally in the 7th round. Okay, so Colton Dowell. There is a lot to like about this guy. Okay. Dude is 6'2", 6'3", 215, ran a 4.4 in the 40, has a 43-inch vertical, I mean, the measurables are there. Even his stats. He's the all-time leading receiver in UT Martin's history. When UT Martin played big schools a la UT, he still was balling. Okay, This guy has some good ability here. Now, again, he's a 7th round pick, so it's not like, oh my gosh, he's going to start immediately. He's going to come. So I don't have that expectation at all. But you 4th or 5th round going down, bro. The expectation goes down. You were drafted in the 7th round for a reason. There's a reason. Right. So, but it would for him to not make the team, I still think he can make this team. And I do think he gets some playing time. The opportunity's there. Tennessee is one of the best places to go if you're a receiver. You try to get an opportunity. Hello, there's opportunities here for sure. So I know, Jacques, you and I have talked like on film, and I'm not gonna take the spotlight on who he looks like on the field, or kind of maybe I ain't gonna say how much he plays. I'll give that to you, who plays for the Titans, by the way. But I will say that I like this pick here, Jacques.
Okay.
I do. Okay. It's not a lot of receivers picked here. And Jacques, shout out to you. You had us picking a receiver in the last round as well. You had us picking 2 receivers in this draft. You had us in the 7th round. But I had us picking 2 receivers as well, but we only picked 1. But I didn't have him picking this late. Right. But given where he's at in the 7th round, when you look at his stats, look at his abilities, and you know one thing else he does really well at UT Martin? He was a striker on special teams. Okay? So this guy's going to be on special team. He's going to make the team, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to make the team. And that's a value in the 7th round. So at this particular spot in the 7th round, I'm going to give it a B-. So B- for Colton Dowell. Talk to me, Jacques.
All right. Again, this was my pick. Wrong person, right pick, right? Because I looked at the value at this, and we still needed help at wide receiver. But I was assuming that they were going to do the smart thing and pick a wide receiver in the 1st round. But I was wrong. We were all wrong, okay? It is what it is. So looking at this kid, last year's stats, and I think he's 4-year starter, 6 touchdowns, 67 receptions, 1,032 yards. That was his last year's stats, 2022, right? Yep. He had more receiving yards than the entire wide receiver core of the Tennessee Titans last year, okay? Now, I don't know if you guys know, they bring college prospects that's about to be drafted on local scout days at the Titans facility. So if you're a local prospect, like if you go to TSU, small schools like UT Martin or anything like that, you're allowed to come to a little camp that the Titans will host. And they said when they brought him in, he was 6'3", what's his measurables, Hawk?
212
something like that. Yeah, something crazy.
Big dude.
He was standing up right there with the big dudes. He's like, damn, and he's solid and thick. Now he looks like Nick Akina Westbrook, but he's thicker than Nick Akina Westbrook, and he has a little bit more speed than Nick Akina Westbrook. He has potential, okay? His potential and low expectations, high potential, right? Get coached up right, you have the opportunity, my guy, Colton, listen to me, my brother. If you ever watch this show, you actually have an opportunity to start. Kyle Phillips did it last year, okay?
Thanks, no paper. It's a 6th-round pick.
It's a 6th-round damn pick. You're going to come in here. You probably make a little noise in training camp. If you can make a little noise in preseason, my brother, you can take that spot from my guy, Nick Akina Westbrook, which I don't want to see as wide receiver 2. I don't. I'm tired of it, okay? We need some new blood in here. And again, he torched UT at SEC competition, okay? When you can do it against the best conference in college football and you can potentially show out like that, the potential is there for you, young man, okay? So I like the pick. I'm actually giving the pick a B+.
Okay, B+, okay.
I'm giving it a B+. I was pissed off because we wanted to receive him. I'm like, we got to receive him. I'm like, shit. But then I went and looked at him, I researched. I said, oh, he's not bad. The Joker's kind of big, and he ran a 4.4? It's like, okay, not.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, oh, 4.4. And 6'2", 6'3".
Now, you ready for this tape? There's a commonality between all these guys that got drafted, including Will Levis. Now, Will Levis' RAC score, he didn't do his RAC score, but he's athletic too. That's the new thing with quarterbacks. They're all athletic. They all are athletic in some way, some form, some fashion within their position groups, right? Yeah. And again, Vrabel did say he wanted to get more faster. He wanted more speed, more tenacity, and more athleticism. And Rand said, okay, well, watch this. Hold my cognac, bro. I got you. I'm going to get you right. And he got him right?
Yep.
I was amazed to see when you look at their and again, I'm not a big component at first of looking at their RAC scores, but when you equal in analytics to this whole thing, data and analytics, now I can tell you too, guys, what I can see in the near future. It's nerd talk, but I can see AI being a part of the draft process. I can see that going forward. So once you get the AI aspect in it, you're really going to get drilled down on what these players bring to the table. And the AI can probably tell you, hey, he's more athletically here versus here. So if you work with him and do this, boom. Now, I hope the AI can help us with our strength and conditioning because right now we are trash. So Mr. AI, ChatGPT, if you listening to a brother, we need you to help us with our strength and conditioning. What do these guys need to do? We need help. But anyway, Hawk, I'm getting off a tangent, but it's a B+ for me.
B+. Okay. All right, Jacques. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's look at what they're saying in the comment section. Let's get to
Awakening with the A-. Okay,
all right.
Let's see. Yep, Stanley, he cooked the Vols, brother. He cooked them. And Max Titan, I know you're being funny. He said Colton, who? Let's see. Lion King with the B. What up, Toy? What up?
What's up, Latoya? What's going on? What's happening?
B+. Okay. Mr. Jones, only problem with Colton is the first 4 letters in his name.
Colt. That's a good one. That's
a good one. Hey, Lion King, UT alum. Okay, UT alum. Okay, UT Martin alumni.
Okay, UT alum. All right.
Lion King, have you seen him play? While I'm going through these comments, let us know if you've seen him play.
Great question, Jacques.
Yeah, B+. A lot of potential with development. Yep, and we need receivers, so he'll have a. Okay, we got our first F. A name, okay. F, not the kid, but felt like Rand and Vrabel were screwing with us. Yeah, they trolled us.
Ooh, that's a that's a hell of a comment, man.
Yeah, they trolled us.
Ooh, that's a great perspective, man.
Yeah, they trolled the hell out of us.
Do that to just shut people up. I see it on Twitter. That's what Rand and Mike's like. Damn, they roasting the hell out of us on this, man. Go and get a receiver, man. Just
who's on our board? Let's get a local receiver. Go get him. Yeah. Awakening, Copeland, and
that might be the best comment of the day right there, bro.
He's a UT player, but he's not the UT player.
Right.
UT Martin. That's damn, but it's Super Troll. Blaze with the B-. Jeremiah, no worries, brother. Welcome to the show. Thank you for watching. Let's see. See if we got any more grades in here. Okay. Sherrod with the C+. Racy.
Hey, man, I'm about to log off, bro. Hey, y'all, have a good day, man. Damn, Sherrod. Hey, dog, that's hilarious, man. Hey, that is facts, no paper, bro.
Boy, you a fool. You a fool.
Westbrook, bro.
You a fool. Casey, it's the vision, A+. All right. Hawk, we're a little all over the place.
We are, man. We are. That F kind of hurt a little bit with the grade because I was probably leaning towards a B, maybe.
C. I look at it as a C. That F brings it down a little bit. You know how it is when you go in the grade and scale, man.
Yeah, we'll go C+. I saw a lot of A's. That F did hurt.
Oh, Trilogy Taylor with another F.
Okay. Oh, damn. Okay, Trilogy. He said, Trilogy's like, hold up, guys. Hold my beer, somebody. Hold my beer real quick. Here, go and throw this F out there. All right, we're going to say what's the F. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Jacques, I've been sitting here tabulating these scores. Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you. I got one more thing to do on this here, and I'll let you know what we got, man. And I'll get you with the final grade here. So I'm looking now. Okay, so I'll tell you this, Jacques. Okay, so of the 3 of us, let me see. I'm gonna do one more thing. Okay, so I will say
before we get Max Titan, I know he's kind of late, but he would a B.
A B. Okay, cool. Okay, all right. The grades have already in. You know how you like trying to turn in your work? Hey, it's already been submitted. Okay, so looking at the composite grades. Okay, so I'm gonna do this for the final grades. Final grades. Okay, so my grades, your grades, and those are in our comment section. All 3 of us all together gave us a B as far as a grade.
Okay,
so we got a B. Literally, that was the average of all of ours. Now, individually, I gave the Titans draft a B+.
Okay.
You gave them a B.
Okay.
Our subscribers gave them a B-. Yep.
I like
B+, a B, and a B-.
Now
we're all aligned.
What was you expecting? I know you said you had a question after.
I did. Yes. Okay. Yes. So, what do y'all think? As far as a B, that's the grade average. If we put it all together in the mixing pot, we stir it up. Boom! Here's the recipe. This is what we got. A B overall. Okay, so the question I have is, Jacques, for you and for those in the comment section too. I want everyone to answer this best they can. We all remember last year's draft, right? Is this year's draft better than last year's draft, Jacques? And if I have to recap last year's draft, I can pull that up right now and let you know who we all drafted last year. I'll do that right now.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Let me see here. See if I can pull that up all on the screenshot.
I got my answer, but I want to see it first.
Okay, all right, okay. Let me see here.
All right, and you go ahead and let us guys know what you think in the comment section. I know Weezy, you already put yours down. Mr. Jones, I see yours. Jeremiah, okay. All
right. I'm trying to find like a one page. I see all these. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I might have one right here. Boom. Yeah, what do y'all think? Like just generally, before I show the.
Okay, okay. So Weezy says absolutely.
I don't see like one. Okay.
I think I remember. Okay. I remember. Mr. Jones says no.
And I'll go over them. I'm trying to find like a like a picture on one page, and I'll share it.
Jeremiah says no corners. Okay. Better than last year. Drive is fair. Okay. Last year we got Burks and Cheek McQuarrie. Okay. Okay. We're gonna get to that. We'll get
those free agents. We're gonna get those free agents.
Just be patient. We're gonna get to that. So are you pulling it up, Hawk? Okay.
Yep, it's gonna pop up in just a second. I tell you this. We can talk about the free agents real quick if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to grade them? Okay.
Yeah, we can grade them too. Yeah,
While I'm doing this, I'm gonna pull up the free agents.
Okay.
Here are the free agents right here. Boom.
Okay. So guys, ironic part about looking at the free agency and the undrafted rookies, these receivers are way better than what we picked in the draft. Okay, so if you haven't seen Copeland, I mean, if you know who Jacoby Copeland is, you remember that clip that went viral when the kid was trying to figure out who he was going to commit to, and he committed to Florida versus, I think, was it Alabama or was it UT or Alabama, Hawk?
It was Alabama.
It was Alabama, and his mama stormed out. She was pissed off. That's that kid. Now, when he was at Florida, the kid he was balling out. I forgot the reason he transferred to Maryland. I think he got in trouble. Something happened. But the kid got speed. The kid can play, okay? He's off the chain. So if you haven't seen Jacoby Copeland, please go watch his film. Kyrus Jackson from Georgia, another one. Yep. Solid kid. Real productive. Nice speed. Good upside. Off the chain. Now, I'm going to tell you somebody on here that I think will actually make the damn team. I'm not saying Kobe. I think Kyrus and Jacoby have the best shot. There's two people I probably know that probably will have the better shot. But they all got a shot. But my two locks are, of course, Jacoby and them going to have to compete. They're going to have to bring it. And I think they have a chance. We got a kicker, okay, from Texas Tech. Yep. Hawk, have you seen him kick?
Great Wolf. Yes, I have.
Solid, okay? He can kick over 50 yards, something that Fat Randy had trouble doing last year, okay?
Yep.
And then there's a kid that came from a D3 school, Caleb Murphy from Fierce State. This kid, didn't he break the record? This joke had 25 sacks. 25 sacks last year. He was in the Senior Bowl. Guys, if you don't know who this kid is, watch for his name. He's going to be a camp standout to where you're going to start hearing his name. 25 sacks, okay? Now, I feel like this is where Rand Hawk had a lot to play in right here in the undrafted free agents, because that's what he was used to doing in San Francisco and everywhere else he was at, right? But this is what I feel like Rand really shines, and I think Rand had a lot to say and do with these guys. To get Jacoby Copeland, which he should have got actually drafted. Jacoby should have got drafted in the 7th round. I swear to God, he should have got drafted. But I don't know what happened, but he should have got drafted. Same way with Curious. But again, Caleb Murphy with 25 and a half sacks.
In one season. Did y'all hear that? 25 and a half sacks in one season.
Bro.
And had 39 tackles for loss.
Bro, 20. Bro, it's ridiculous. I'm like, and he went to the combine. He got invited to the combine. Of course, it was going to be a long shot that he was going to get drafted. But to bring him in like you did, he could potentially be like a Tyjae Tart or what's the other guy? It was Tyjae Tart. It was the other undrafted defensive
Deshaun wasn't. Han got drafted. He got drafted.
Okay.
I know who you're talking about. Daquan Jones. Naquan Jones.
Naquan. Yes, Naquan. They have to he has that potential. Like literally. I was like 25 sacks. I said, let me read this. Let me make sure I read this right. And I looked at the film. He got great energy. He's not the biggest guy, but his energy, he's like a motor. He don't stop. I watch film. And it's hard to find film on Ferris State University because it's such a D3 school. But guys, if you get a chance, go watch his film. What you think about the undrafted list, Hawk?
Yeah. So give me your grade. And then I'll say mine, and then we'll look at those. We'll give a grade on our free agents.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You said on the undrafted list, you break it up. I couldn't hear you. Say it again.
Yep. On the undrafted players, give us your grade.
Man, I give it a B. I give it a B, dog. I give it a B because even though we didn't address the needs in the draft because we didn't have enough draft picks, you got a couple of receivers, you got a couple of DBs, right? You got a kicker, and then you loaded up on defense as well. And you got the Caleb Murphy, who Titan Fox said the water boy, which great comparison, man, because it's what he is. I give it a B, man. What about you, Hawk?
Yeah, that is. Dude, that's a great breakdown of these guys, man. And so it sounds like to me, for what you have as far as our future, the same thing. Looks pretty good from a drafting standpoint, even with the undrafted guys. Like they did a pretty good job. And just to what ESPN and other folks have said too. And to add to that, these free agents, I'm giving them a high grade as well. Again, yes, we got a kicker in these with these free agents. Caleb Murphy was like a water boy. He was Bobby Boucher out there. I mean, how do you get 25 and a half sacks in one season? I don't give a damn if you're in D3 or D4. That's incredible, right? That should at least, hey, you're D3. Hey, we're gonna at least bring you through and see what you're working with, right? 39 tackles for loss in one season. That's an NCAA record, okay? That's Lawrence Taylor numbers, right? And again, as you mentioned, I've seen Kearis Jackson play war number 10 for Georgia. I've seen him play. He played a lot in the slot. This guy's a slot guy. He did very, very well for the University of Georgia. I think he didn't get drafted. He's not super fast, but the guy can make plays. He started for Georgia. He's starting out there. That says something. Jacob Copeland, the reserve, was a playmaker out there as well too. I've seen some tape on Charles McClellan, the running back from Cincinnati. Dude was pretty successful there as well too. So we got a lot of specialty guys as free agents that's going to make a competition out there. That's what we need. If you're here, you got an opportunity. You're a kicker. You have an opportunity. If you're a safety, you have an opportunity. You're a D tackle, you have an opportunity. There's opportunities out there. Now, the one name that wasn't on this list, because I think the name before that we picked from USC, he's not on this list here. He was a few days ago. This guy was a quarterback at first at Vanderbilt and then played at USC. Did not get a lot of playing time at all. He was hurt last season. So I don't know what they'll do there with that quarterback position. But if you ask me, I'm giving him a B as well too with free agents, man. I'm giving him add that with the draft and a B. We're saying they're solid.
Yep. Weezy, and thank you for this explanation. I was wondering what happened and why he had to transfer, but Weezy, shout out to you, man, for coming through with this info because I didn't know this. Man.
Yes,
this is spot on info, man. So appreciate it, man. Thank you for that. Yeah, man.
Appreciate that, Weezy. Appreciate it.
Hey, Mr. Jones, I don't know, bro. So, yeah, I get a B, man. I feel like Rand put his touch on that. I don't know why. I just feel like he had something like play into that, and I can just feel like I can see him like, hey, get this guy, this guy, this guy. This is my he probably has an undrafted board too, right? This is how analytical he probably is. Okay, this is my undrafted board. This is my draft board. So Mo Hansen, yep, that's him. Mo Hansen.
So those are the comment section. Yeah, Mo Hassan, that's right, from USC.
Mo Hassan, well, yeah.
So what's up?
Yeah. So yeah, everybody's. I'm looking at like a B. Yeah. About a B. Big B. Yo, what up? What up, Big B?
Big B, what's good? What's up? What's up? Hey, the letter B has been the word of the day, B. So, A on undrafted. I got your trilogy. I got you, man. I got you. So, PFF is saying that they got an A. Most of the big, with ESPN, PFF, Sports Illustrated, they all had A's. We had B's today. Mm-hmm. And, we learned through Twitter, we've heard a lot of D's. And again, we're going to always hear the negative over the positive. People are going to always complain. Even if we win games, people are going to complain, well, he shouldn't have did this. We hear that a lot. At the end of the day, though, people still feel strong that we did not have a good draft. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the local media. Even local media reporters say the same thing. So when I'm gathering, again, Jacques, I had no idea what your grade was going to be. You didn't know mine either. We seem to be more optimistic than most people. Mm-hmm. And it seems like our subscribers feel the same way. And I don't know if we have Peter Skoronski probably be a Pro Bowler. I don't know if we have many Pro Bowlers in this draft or whatever, but these guys will come in and contribute immediately. A lot of these guys. Right. And will bring a lot of value where they were drafted. That's why we like the draft probably more than what we thought. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was going to have probably maybe a C. But I leave it with a B. I had a B plus on mine. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah. So,
I know you're about to ask the $1 million question.
You say something? I'm sorry. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna pull up the draft picks. Okay, now I will say it might still be too early to know because they haven't even put on the pad yet. I get that. Okay. But I just want you all to rewind your mind and think about the draft last year, right? So look at the picks last year. Sorry, my computer's going slow on these pictures. All right. So that's our picks from last year. I think if anything, if you look at it, are these players where they were drafted? Are they where? Like Traylon Burks, first round, Roger McCreary, second round, MPF third, Malik third, Hassan Haskins 4, Chig 4. That's a hell of a pickup, Chig at 4. That's the best, if you ask me, of the picks where he's drafted. Cal Phillips 5, Theo Jackson, who was released. Theo plays for another NFL team, 6, and then Chance Campbell, right? 6. So what do y'all think? Look at this. Yes, Chicago. Yes. So y'all look at this. I felt he'd get picked up by somebody, man. So y'all look at this. Look at it. I'm gonna take it off here in a second. So looking at this versus, what do y'all think? I gotta see these comments.
So again, guys, I know that you had comments coming in earlier, but so Hawk asked earlier, do you think this year's draft is better than last year's draft? Put your thoughts in the comments. Let me see. Let's see. And I know like I said, they came in early, Hawk. I don't know if you got to see.
Okay. It's all good.
Hold on. Okay. So first one, Trilogy Taylor says this draft easily is better to me. Okay. All right. We're going to give it some time. It was 9 picks last year to 6 this year. Big facts.
Hell of a point. So look at volume. Okay, but look at the average, the base volume with that. There's truth to that. If you had to give it a GPA.
So, and Hawk, you don't happen to have our grades for last year, do you? I know you probably don't, do you?
No, not right offhand.
Okay.
I want to say we said C last year, bro.
I think you're probably right. So
I don't want to say that.
Let me see. Can't compare the two because one of our quick picks was at the cost of AJ Brown. That is a great question.
The cost of AJ Brown. Titan Fox, hell of a point. That there might end the discussion right there, right?
Right. Burks, Chig, McQuarrie, Phillips, Malik, who we needed to develop. Okay. All right.
Yeah. All them guys need to develop. All of them.
Yes. If Levis is good, it will be looked at as a good draft. Yeah. He's the face of this. He's the face of this draft. Yeah. But to me, he's the face of the draft, but he's not the building. He's not the body of the draft. I feel like with the picks that we got after him and before him were way better than the pick for him. But he's the face because he's the quarterback. So if he pans out to be Josh Allen, then we win that draft automatically because of him, right? But it's literally it's going to be a team effort because I feel. Let me get my answer real quick. You ready for this? So I think this year's draft is better than last year. Now, like again, it's hard to gauge it, right? Because they like you said, they haven't put on pads yet. It's almost a carbon copy of last year's draft, especially with the first three picks, minus the first round with the receiver, but it's damn near carbon copy.
First round pick, right?
Yeah, got quarterback Malik versus Willis, which again, Levis. I mean, Malik versus Will Levis. Will is more polished coming out. He seems more. And I hate to be like this, but he seems going to be a little bit more smarter to catch on to the NFL game a little bit faster because he played in an NFL system, right? Running back wise, Tyjae Spears is better than Haskins. He's more productive than Haskins was. Haskins had that one game against Ohio State that I feel like got him drafted, right? The tight end position, I feel like it's just even. It's just even. Tig and Whyle, man, they are there, right? Nicholas Petit-Ferrer versus Peter Skoronski. Peter's probably going to beat that and beat him all day, right? A little bit more upside, but Nicholas Petit came in. He surprised everybody. Like, I got to give a big shout out to Nicholas, man. I was shocked. He kind of digressed a little bit. Let me see. Who else, Hawk? Did we pick a receiver? Kyle Phillips. Kyle Phillips versus versus Colton.
Colton Dowell.
Size alone, statistically, he's better than Kyle, right? Statistically, we don't know if he's going to be better than Kyle, but he was picked a round above Colton. But physically, Colton is bigger than Kyle, right? He's a little bit faster than Kyle. So, damn, this is crazy. Analytically and athletically, this draft is better than last year's draft. What about you, Hawk?
I think so too, man. I think they beat them just by a narrow edge on the fact that we got two offensive linemen that could possibly one's going to start, the other one could possibly play a lot as well. You know, if Will Levis pans out, that would be the biggest pick of them all, and to get a quarterback and he does well. You know what I'm saying? And again, I like the fact that we got tight end Whyle. You know, Chig is amazing. But you know, I that 6 picks. You know, Theo Jackson's not even here. Chase Campbell didn't even play. So that hurts them. And Calvin wasn't even healthy last year. Now, again, these guys haven't put on pads. You know, I'm trying to look at it more realistically, like we just did the 2022 draft. But I think we're going to get more value out of this draft than last year's draft. Just in my opinion.
Yep. Now I'm gonna add a bonus to that.
All right.
Do you see this year's draft picks being day one starters? All of them. Like, guys, do you see day one starters out of this draft? Now, last year's draft,
no,
you don't. Okay. So who don't you see starting day one?
So last year's draft, the day one,
Roger McQuarrie.
So I'm gonna look at 2022's real quick. So 2022, that's a great question, Josh. That's the way we can look at it, right?
Yeah.
But Traylon was not automatically day one starter. He was out of shape. So it took him about 2 months to get in shape. Roger McQuarrie was pretty much a day one starter.
Did he start the first game? Did he start the first game when we played the Giants?
I think Roger McQuarrie.
What about Traylon?
I think he did.
Did Traylon start?
I don't think Traylon did first game because he's out of shape. But he played the whole game. You know what I'm saying? Even if players don't start, they end up playing the whole game. Might as well be a starter. You know what I mean? NPF started playing early too. So that's 3. Hassan Haskins was the kickoff punt returner at 6'3", 230. Played a little bit of running back, but not a whole lot. Chig ended up being tight end number 2 this season. He was tight end 3 for a while until he figured out, like, oh, this guy can make plays out here. So we're going to put him in tight end 2. Now he's TE1. Cal Phillips actually started game 1 and got hurt. So, and then Theo Jackson, I think Theo Jackson started the first game too. I think he did. But he got torched a bit and got cut or got traded. No, he got cut actually and got picked up. And Chance Campbell didn't even play. So that's where we are with those guys here. Now, looking at this year's draft, he's going to start up top. It's very possible Will Levis could start too. It's possible.
Hey,
I don't know, say day one, but at some point he's going to be out there.
There's going to be a monkey wrench. I'll tell you that in a minute. Go ahead. Keep going. Because I'm going to tell you something in a minute where they throw it up. Go ahead, Hawk. My bad.
Okay. The Kings are starting running back, so Spears starting. Whyle, the opportunity to be a starter. I think Jaelyn Duncan has an opportunity. Colton Dowell, maybe not a starter. I mean, from a net value standpoint, last year's draft had probably more star, but I don't think we would off that when the season started, right? I wouldn't have guessed Nicholas Petit-Ferre and them guys. Cal Phillips would have been a starting receiver coming out there. So,
right.
What'd you say now?
I can see Peter Skoronski day one starter off the rip. The only way Will Levis doesn't start is if Malik comes in and throws a monkey wrench in his whole quarterback room. If he comes in and if he's done what he needed to do in the offseason, he somehow miraculously becomes good, that throws a monkey wrench in his whole thing. What I mean is, at that point, you're saying, okay, I need to make a decision. Do I go with Malik or do I go with Levis? At that point, it X's out Tannehill. Tannehill can go because at this point, you have 2 great quarterbacks, right? You put, and that's what Vrabel wanted. He wants to make everybody feel uncomfortable. That's his whole goal, is to make you feel uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable in a situation, you put in the work to become great, right? And everybody has to earn it. Wills don't have to come out here and earn it, just like Tannehill had to do, just like Malik has to do. Now, if Malik comes and sneaks it up, then that's easy. Don't get rid of Malik. Let Malik walk or do what he do. Say, Tannehill, you do what you got to do, and then boom. I think you should, because we need money, 1. 2, we need more help in the receiver room. I say let Malik and Willis battle it out. Let Willis start. Let Malik back him up. Cut Tannehill. Let us get that money and get Levis some help in this mug. You know what I mean? That way we can at least we got 2 young studs at quarterback, if that makes sense, right? But again, we just don't know. But if Will has prepared like they told him to do, he comes in and does his thing, you kind of throw a monkey wrench in that whole thing. But I can see Will probably starting. I think he's starting day one, bro. You got no choice. He's 24 years old, bro. We got to know we got to see what we have in him, dude. We ain't got no choice. I'm sorry. We got to start. I think Wiley's going to start, bro. I just got this feeling. I do not know why. I feel like he has the potential to start. Like you said, the tackles, I think he'll start. So yeah. Unintentionally. I don't. Vrabel's too much of a competitor to tank, man. I don't think Vrabel would lose on purpose.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I've heard rumors about us trading Tannehill. I honestly don't. Me personally, I don't think that we're going to. I don't know if anyone would pick up his contract. So I think early in the season, Tannehill's going to be our starting quarterback. Might be. We can't cut him. We can. But again, we have a long way to go. We have no idea how Levis or Malik Willis is going to look out onto the field. But I'll just sort of speculate that if he's out there, it could be at some point if he starts to stink it up, then you gotta switch him out.
This was true events talk. Yep. He was going to get traded to the Falcons, but what ended up happening was they couldn't get a deal done.
Right. So and that's what I'm saying. I think that he won't go anywhere because I think they will try. You know what I'm saying? They will try. Right. And I think teams gonna be like, now unless injuries happen to starting quarterbacks on teams. Right now, the quarterback rooms are full in every team. They're full. So, yep. So, okay. Well, we got 50 people in the chat. I hope you all are having a ball. I'm having a ball talking Titans, and not only just talking Titans with folks that know about the Titans. You know, we're not just some fans that don't know the squad. Like, you all know the squad just like we do. You know what I mean? The ins and out of the team. So Jacques, what we'll do now, man, we'll open it up, man, for a few questions, man. You know what I'm saying? In our first part of the show. As I look for the screensaver here. Boom. All right. So, as you all know, this is the live chop up. So we want to give you all an opportunity to sit at the dinner table, chop up the ingredients, put it in a mixing bowl. What's your question? So fire them off as quickly as you can. We'll answer them up.
All right. So real quick, I promised Eddie James, I know he's a Colts fan. He wanted our thoughts on the Colts draft. Hawk, what did you think about the Colts getting Anthony Richardson, man?
Because they've had so many struggles at quarterback, why not?
Right.
They didn't have to trade up to get him. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Richardson had been he'd been working out a lot with Indianapolis before the draft, and they really like what they see. Now I'm gonna tell you, incredible. They really did great. They got Downs, I think, the receiver. They did a really good job in this draft. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Colts, answer that question, the Colts did amazing in this draft. So,
right. Yep. They got Josh Downs too,
from what I remember.
Yep. I think they got Josh Downs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did I say that one? Is that who I said, the receiver?
I think you did.
Did I say? Yeah. That's what they got. Yeah. They got Downs, the receiver.
Yep.
And they are already working right now. So
We'll see. Lion King says, did you hear the team mentioning a whole new offense? Yes, I did. In the presser, Chig was talking about how the scheme is faster and it's more faster routes. So hopefully that transitions to the field. It's going to take, now I'm going to say this, guys, it will take some time. Don't know how long it'll take, but when you're if you've ever played football and you play offense, which Hawk, you've played receiver before, I've played offense. Yeah. It takes you time to get to learn new terminology. So a post might be green, red, left, right? Or a go route might be black versus in this scheme over here is yellow. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take a minute. The terminology is different. The scheme is different, which is a good thing because they get some more. Yep. We get more opportunities to hopefully throw the ball downfield. So what do you think about that, Hawk?
That's right. Yeah, I agree. I've heard about that. So, yeah, it needs to change. You can't be 31 or 32 in the league in offense. You got to change it. So, yeah, that's a no-brainer. Yeah.
Let me see. Trying to look, Mr. John. Well, he's a diehard ball fan. Ram being the Florida Gator is the reason he didn't get Dobbs draft. Who can tell me? So Goku says
he drafted Juwan Jennings.
He did draft. He sure did. He sure did.
And Juwan Jennings is on the field playing.
Yep.
So yeah. So
that's who Colton reminds me of is Juwan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let me see what it got. The USFL. That's jacked up, man. That's jacked up. Stroud has potential, so Texans could be another problem. I gotta wait and see on Stroud, man. I like Stroud, but I have to really. Now they did pick the receiver that I did want, Tank Dell. They got my guy, man. They got my freaking guy. I said, man, they got Tank Dell, and he requested Tank Dell too. So if you haven't seen Tank Dell play, he's gonna be a problem. Mark my words. Y'all have heard it today on this show. Tank Dell is going to be a problem. He's not the biggest guy.
You gotta see him. Mm-hmm. He's the smallest guy. He's the smallest guy.
He's
150 pounds.
What I learned, that don't matter. Look at Devontae Smith. He was a small guy. He's showing out. At this point in time, I don't care how big, fast, small, tall you are. If you can ball, if you you can cut, hey, I'm with you, man. So yeah, he's not the biggest guy, but the way the NFL game's set up now, the small guys can play and they can thrive and everything like that. So Max Titan, you going in on Richardson.
I mean, hey, I think Richardson has the highest ceiling and the lowest floor. Will Levis is right behind that too, man. Mm-hmm. I think Will Levis could be up here or he can be down. Those are the two quarterbacks I feel. I think Stroud and Bryce Young are kind of who they are.
Yep.
I think Stroud could be minimal. Like he could be in the mid, like as kids say today, mid. He could be mid. But I think everybody else could be way up here or way down here. Will Levis included.
Captain Trips, you are on my. This is why I didn't want to draft Stroud because Ohio State quarterbacks have a bad track record in the NFL. They are trash, horrible.
But Justin Fields played okay last year.
He did. Still wait and see.
Wait and see, of course.
Yeah,
right.
I want to see how he plays this year. But I'm with you. If I had to rank them, it's Bryce, unfortunately Stroud, Levis, and then Richardson for me. And that's just the 4 that I had to rank. Now, next year's quarterbacks class, which I kind of wish we would have waited, but we never know if we would have been in a good position to trade up. Next year's class is better than this class. I don't care what nobody say. Drake May, Caleb Williams. You got a lot of nice little quarterbacks. That's why I was kind of – you said it, Hawk. You said it. And I forgot which show you said it on. You said we jumped the gun. If you just would have held fort, we probably potentially could have got something better next year versus this year, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So, unfortunately, it is what it is. You got to go up and get your guy. If that's what you're going to do it.
Yep. Right? Yeah, because we cannot draft a quarterback next year unless
sure
Will Levis gets traded or something crazy. You know, we got Levis at least for 2 years.
Yep. Levis has an unknown ceiling, which leaves us anticipating.
Thanks.
Again, his ceiling is Josh Allen. I see him as Josh Allen. To me, that's Josh Allen 2.0. When I looked at him, his 2021 tape, I said, this is Josh Allen with weapons. Yeah. But if you don't get the young man no damn weapons, he going to look like Jake Locker. Unfortunately.
Yep.
Hey, when Smith came out of Alabama, that was a knock on him. He was too skinny, okay? And if you've played football, it's a different thing. They manipulate your weight. You might be 190. They're going to say you 200 pounds. And Hawk, tell me if I'm lying.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm lying. If you're 150, they're going to say you 160, 170 just to put something on it. It's the first time I've ever seen him really putting out their real weight. But he's going to pack on. He's going to put on some weight. They're going to put him on a meal plan. He's going to do his thing. He'll be okay. Late to the party. What do y'all think about the cat from UT Martin? What you think about the cat from UT Martin?
Yeah, we great. So we in our grade show, Sean. What's up, Sean, by the way? You know what I'm saying? Hey, Sean's been around since the start. We appreciate it. We graded him overall a B. I think of a B minus. I had a B minus. Jacques had a B plus, and our subscribers had a C. So we think pretty good of him based on where we drafted him. If he was drafted in the second round, he would have got an F. Yep. But given that he was drafted in the 7th round, we felt that was a pretty good spot to pick him. So we feel pretty good about him. Somebody
said it. Who said that comment? That was a cool comment. They said Copeland should have been switched out with Dowell and Colton. I said I agree with that. We should have drafted Copeland in the 7th round and Dowell in the undrafted. That's crazy. Like y'all said, that's crazy. We keep hearing next year's better. Next year's pretty solid, man. Like pretty solid. I like next year's draft class and I like this year's. Yeah. These rookies going to have to, let me see. These rookies going to have a welcome to the NFL moment when they see the Titans. Oh, my Lord. You're right. They sure is.
Yeah.
Woo, they sure is.
Yeah.
They sure is. Let's see. Will Levis will be the best one out of the other 2 draft ahead of him, and then he will win the division. That's what you hope. That's what you want. You want that to happen because, again, quarterback is the face of the NFL and the face of your team, even though there's 22 other guys is on the team and 50 other guys on the team. Quarterback seems to be the head of the snake. So hopefully that's what we pray for. That's what we pray to the football gods. Will Levis' ceiling is Patrick Mahomes. His floor is Carson Wentz. Hawk, do you agree with that? Do you see Will Levis as being Patrick Mahomes? Titans side?
Not at all. No, sir.
This got to be a troll comment. Are you serious?
No, sir. No, sir.
He is not Patrick Mahomes.
Not Patrick Mahomes.
He is not Patrick Mahomes, bro. Hey,
his ceiling is and it still might not even be Josh Allen, but it's Josh Allen. That's his ceiling.
Exactly.
That's the best he can be. Now his floor can be Carson Wentz. I do agree with that part of it. Not you basically saying his ceiling is Michael Jordan. That's Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes in the league for 6 years and could make the Hall of Fame if he retired today.
Exactly. And see, Josh Allen still hasn't went to a Super Bowl, which I think he'll eventually get there. But again, like Hawk said, it's Josh Allen, not Patrick Mahomes. You know who they giving Patrick Mahomes comparisons to? Caleb Williams. And I've seen him play, and he has comparisons too.
Yep,
if I'm gonna say Will Levis is Patrick Mahomes, well, off script, he better be throwing them sidearms and he better be doing this and amazing things. I don't see Will Levis doing it. I see Will Levis being Josh Allen, taking the ball, running over people, slinging that thing down the field, killing them in the mid. That's Will Levis. But I don't see Patrick Mahomes, my brother. Nope. Tyjae, he's a competitor. He's digging the first round. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. Don't mention Quincy. But you know what? Wentz was good his rookie year, man.
Yeah, he was
good his rookie year. I think.
They went to the Super Bowl. You know, he got hurt, but they ended up going to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl.
Because of him. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, Justin Herbert too. I can see that. That's a great thing, Casey.
I see a different play. I think it's different.
I think he's better than Justin Herbert. I can say he's a little faster than Justin. I wouldn't compare.
Herbert don't run. Really.
I see Josh Allen. I don't see Herbert. I don't see Herbert either. And the Mayo thing, that's a joke, man. I don't think he does it. I think he was just putting on a show.
So let me tell you. So Mr. Jones, hold me to this word. Jacques, hear me clear.
Don't you say
if Will Levis has, if he has a game,
don't you do that, Hall.
You know me, Jacques. I will. If Will the very first game that Will Levis has and he wins in his rookie season. I'm not saying his second year, his rookie year. He has a game where he started, he has won. That first game, I will drink on the show. I'll get a coffee and I'll put some mayonnaise in it. I'll at least take a sip of it, man. Now, if I throw up, I can't control that. So
I like this comment too. Matt Stafford and Josh Allen as he becomes again, only thing is a knock on him is his age. And I'm not saying anything with that, but he's a little older, a little seasoned. I just hope he can sustain it. But I can see that. I like this comparison better than Matthew Stafford. Justin Herbert, I still don't believe in Justin Herbert, man. He's good, but he's okay. He's okay. And I think Tight South was trolling, man. You had to be trolling, bro. You had to be trolling. Let me see. Cam Newton's okay. So y'all say, okay, so we don't put the pressure on the young man yet. Let the young man come in and learn.
Yeah.
But I don't get upset with him if he throws interceptions. Don't get upset with him if his decision making is off. He's still learning, right? If I'm gonna be fair, I gave Willis some time. I'm gonna give Will some time. I'm gonna give him some time. Now, come year 2, 3, if he's still jacking up, then we got a problem, y'all. We got to look.
This might be time to get on somewhere. Exactly.
Yeah. So again, hopefully you can come in and say he can beat out Tannehill. But if he can't beat out Malik or Tannehill, then we got another problem. It's like, okay, well, damn, you couldn't beat these guys out. You should beat Willis out. Only advantage Willis got over him is Willis has played in the NFL already.
That's right.
He knows the system already. He has an advantage. That's the only thing. So Will's going to have to come in. He's going to have to get up to speed fast, man, like super fast. And if you hear about him throwing interceptions, I know how the media is. And again, we got a lot of UT fans. If you hear about him throwing interceptions in training camp, do not get salty. Don't get mad. Don't do him like y'all did Malik last year. And I'm talking to the local media too. Do not trash Will Levis if he messes up in training camp. He's a rookie. He's learning, okay? Be patient with the young man. That's all I ask for. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. We gonna rock with him to the left. Don't rock with him to the right, rock with him to the left.
Yep. Shout out to LaToya P, by the way, giving us a shout out on Instagram. Again, y'all check out her YouTube channel. Hey, it's dope. Pieces of Lily, man. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? It's a great YouTube channel, man. Hey, a lot of updates upon autism. So if you have family members that have autism, man, check out the show, man. Hey, awesome stuff.
Right. Yep. Let me see. There you go. Okay. More interceptions in 2 years and Hook. Okay. We get it. Hopefully you can coach it out of him. We hope you can coach it out of him. And I've heard that too. And he's smart too. That's another thing. He's smart. He's smart.
Christine, that's a great comment.
Yeah, he's
about
smart.
His interceptions. He's a wild gun. He is a wild gun. And his interceptions be the easiest interception you will see, man.
Yep.
Will Levis literally if times where he could be taking a sack or throw the ball out of bounds, he literally will still, if he has a receiver down the field, he still will try his best to get the ball out. He'll just float it up there, man. Hope you get it, bro. Like, bro, what are you doing? So I'm sure we're going to be saying that this season at times, like, Will, what are you doing, bro?
But again, that's on Vrabel and them. Vrabel and them need to put speed around him. They need to put players around him so Will can be successful. If that's why I say I can't blame Will. I hope I can blame him, the decision-making part, but I can't blame him to be like, okay, well, he threw it down to Nikakina Westbrook, and you expecting him to catch the ball down the field, if that makes sense, right? So guys, we're gonna take a few more comments and then we're gonna get up out this joint.
Yep.
But yeah, that's why I'm telling people be patient because the team, unless we found a dime in this tight end and Colton Dowell, be patient with him, man, because he's probably gonna be like, man, what am I throwing to? Who am I throwing to? Why am I throwing to him?
Yep.
I feel like I'm back in Kentucky.
Yep.
And Vrabel, don't you say, guys? Let me ask you a question. How much patience do you have with Vrabel? And what I mean by patience is, go ahead, Hawk. Yeah, go ahead, Hawk.
I think your patience level is different than mine about this one, but go ahead.
I told you my patience level with Vrabel. I'm giving Vrabel 2 more years, guys. And the reason why I'm giving him 2 more years, last year's draft class, this year's draft class should be mature in the next 2 or 3 more years. In the next 2 or 3 more years, if we're still mediocre or we're not progressing to where we are trying to be the top 2 or 3 teams in the NFL, Vrabel got to go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. And somebody said, hold on. Let's see. Donnie D, 2 more years to do what? He got 2 more years to get us a Super Bowl. We need a Super Bowl. It's hard to get a Super Bowl, but I know
that's where I'm saying. I think that's where I'm different because I don't see a Super Bowl in 2 years.
So what's your patience level? Are you giving him playoffs? Are you
Coach Vrabel's had one bad season, bad season, and so it all depends on Will Levis. It's on Will Levis. So if we see over the next 2 years progress, Mike Vrabel's got time. He's got time. If we see that he's falling off early and we're starting to lose games because we don't have receivers, then I can see where 2 years comes to play. So it's based on Will Levis and it's based on the decisions of the receivers. Now, you're saying Super Bowl. I don't see. So you're saying 2 years, and if we don't make Super Bowl,
let me correct myself. I would like to see a Super Bowl, not in our reality, but I want to see progression to the point where you're the top 2 or 3 of the top 5 teams. Your point is Will Levis. I get that. Again, Hawk, we've been patient with him. He's had one jack-up season.
One bad season.
I feel like we reached our ceiling already when we was with the Chiefs. I get that. But again, he's bullheaded, man. And I would like to see him say, hey, let me put my bullheadedness down and let my people coach and let them do what they got to do, right? And again, I feel like he didn't do it. He pissed me off again in this draft. You're pissing me off again because you didn't get a receiver. We need receivers, okay? We're trying to get to the next level. That shows me again, Vrabel, you're not changing. And I'm going to make this one point, and Hawk, I'll let you talk. Rand Carthon, that's not his guy, okay? Even though they tied at the hip, Mike Vrabel's not Rand Carthon's guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's not. That's not my coach. Because if I was Rand, I'm like, okay, I'm collaborating with you, bro. You my guy. But I need a timetable. I need 3 or 4 years to get this thing together. Now I'm gonna bring in my peoples, right? He's kind of already starting to do that. So that's me. Go ahead, Hawk.
So yeah, so the thing with Vrabel again, he had one bad season. Is he bullheaded? Yes. A lot of coaches are. You know what I'm saying? He is bullheaded, yes. But do we want to go back to the Ken Wisenhunt days? Do we want to go back to the Mike Munchak days? You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of coaches that are out there.
You think
if Mike Vrabel was that?
No, go ahead. I got a follow-up question after you say that.
So Mike Vrabel, especially if people are saying 1 year, yeah, go ahead and give him 1 year. He'll be if you fire him after 1 year, he just like AJ Brown got fired, he'll get picked up just like that, like the next day. So I'm saying is, in 2 years, I think after 2 years is where it starts. Not now. It's after 2 years to start making decisions like, okay, all right, Vrabel, so not say we're going to fire you after 2 years, but after 2 years, okay, Vrabel, we're at this point now. So either we're going to progress or we're not. I think he still has time right now. Like he has 2 years to figure this out because of the fact you let go of Todd Downing. The Tannehill, Derrick Henry days are starting to fade away. And so now it's based on the guys that you've drafted now. If we see progress, he'll have time because Mike Vrabel he wins football games with bad players. He does do that. So we can talk about his stubbornness and all that. Let him go if we want to earlier than we should.
So let me ask you,
he'll get picked up by somebody. And then like I said, it's not a guarantee that you'll pick up a better coach. It's not just because they're not bullheaded, it doesn't mean they're a better coach.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this. We got a new stadium coming, right? We keep doing the same things. I'm not saying we're not bad. Now, let me tell you this, Mr. Jones. Not an overreaction. He's not in the hot seat. I'm not saying he's in the hot seat right now. Let me elaborate on what I'm saying. 2 years tops is when you add your draft class like he's doing now. 2 years tops is okay. We can make the play. I'm not saying we're making the playoffs this year, but we possibly, if it happens, Vrabel's not going to jack down. So somebody said we're going to tank or whatever. That's not what Vrabel do. He's a competitor. He's going to compete, right? When are we going to get to the point where we're tired of being mediocre? And what I mean by mediocre, I want a Super Bowl. I want to get to a Super Bowl, right? I don't know about y'all. Y'all can sit here and say, I want playoffs. I want a Super Bowl. Rand Carthon said when he did his pressure, I'm going to get us a Super Bowl. I'm tired of sitting here talking about playoffs. My standard is up here now, okay? Vrabel's going to get the help he needs. He's going to do this. That 2 years is like a takeoff period for me. It's like, all right, cool. We here. We got Will Levis. He's doing his thing, blah, 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 right? We a piece or two away, right? But what if we get to a stale point where we're constantly hitting the stale point, if that makes sense, right? We're constantly hitting the stale point. When is it stop? And I'm going to compare it to the Texans. The Texans were always this team that was always up here, man. Bill O'Brien had this team right here. They had Super Bowl aspirations, but all of a sudden the team started doing this. Why is that? Because of Bill O'Brien's bullheadedness, okay?
But look where the Texans. But look where the Texans are right now.
I'm not saying we the Texans.
Right.
Not saying
I'm saying where the Texans are right now since Bill O'Brien. They
in the trash. But even when Bill O'Brien was the GM that year too, wasn't he? When they were doing all that crazy drafting, he was the GM and the coach, right? So again, it's not an overreaction. I'm not saying that he's in a hot seat right now. What I'm saying is, hey, we're ready for the Super Bowl. When Rand Carthon comes in, and I don't never really heard any other GM say Super Bowl. He wants a Super Bowl. His goal is to win a Super Bowl. So I feel like Rand is going to come in next year, and I told you this earlier. He's going to draft better. Like Rand's feet is already wet. I feel like we're going to get better players, right? Like you said, Hawk, it's on Will Levis. It's really on Will Levis and Mike Vrabel. But it's really on Will. Will is our key to the keys to get us to the Super Bowl or not. It is on freaking Will Levis. I'm praying Will does his thing. But again, if he doesn't, then what's the expectations, man? What are we doing, right? Because if you're a season ticket holder, and I don't know if anybody we got some people said season ticket holders, the tickets for the new stadium is ridiculous, okay? Ridiculous. And I'm not paying $3,000 or $4,000-$5,000 to go see a piss poor performance. I'm not doing it, okay? So that's my point, Hawk. Good dialogue, right? Good dialogue.
Yep.
But again, give the man some pieces. Give Vrabel some pieces. I don't know if it's Vrabel. I don't know if it's Rand. But you give Vrabel a top like we had with A.J. Brown and them, we were killing it. But then silly dude traded him away, and now we back in the dumpster. So that's why I say 2 years for me to get back to where you were, okay? Get back to where we were in 2019, and then after that, if we can get this thing floating, Super Bowl. Let's go. Let's get this thing. We almost went to the Super Bowl in 2019.
Right.
We were this close.
Yeah.
So we can do
it. We had the talent. I don't think we have the talent, but I don't think we have the talent.
In 2 years you will.
We hope. Yeah. Hopefully that's the case.
I think you will.
Hopefully so. But I say in 2 years, like I said, it's, we'll know within 2 years. Because again, the decision we made based on the receivers that we did not draft, how well Will Levis is doing. Those are the factors that will direct, Mike Vrabel. And I think the only thing that'll expedite it within a year to say, hey, not say you're going to be fired after a year, but to elevate it where I think it takes at least 2 years to say, hey, we're at a point now to say, Vrabel, we're going to build or we're going to do something different. I'm saying the only way that if we had a terrible season last year where our offense is sputtered and our receivers didn't do anything, then Mike Vrabel would get some fire. I'm not going to say he's going to get fired, but he would get more smoke than he's ever had, and he would rightfully so get that because of the decisions he's made over the last 2 years in these receivers. You know what I'm saying? And so, that remains to be seen, though. We don't know. But Vrabel's a hell of a coach. Again, had one bad season.
Hey, he's a hell of a coach, but he's not Andy Reid.
There's not many Andy Reid. He's not
the guy from the Philadelphia Eagles.
There's not many.
And shout out to Jeremiah. I like this comment. Shout out to you. Did y'all see what the Vikings did? Yeah. They loaded. They kept the house. If I'm building a team, my carbon copy of an offense would be the Eagles. Mm-hmm. You see them, not the Tennessee Titans. The Philadelphia Eagles is your blueprint, and I know the Chiefs as well. Those are the blueprints. Look what the Bills did. The Bills got the nice tight end. they built as well. Look at the Jets. We got teams that are on our ass, man. And again, if you're not adding to the stable like they're doing, then that's the problem. I think that's my gripe. It's not the Will Levis pick. It's not none of that. Let's add to what we got. Let's add to what we got to make this thing great. And I just feel like they missed the mark. Now, maybe we get it next year. I don't know, but I don't know.
All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, cool. So y'all, we'll go. What time? We'll go one more question. We'll go one more. We've been at this for 2 hours, y'all. We still got 40. We got 45 people still in the chat, man. That is awesome.
They say they got third cousin though. Yeah, exactly. They do got cousins. Matter of fact, they should have picked up a quarterback, but they probably might be waiting till next year. But their receiving core is amazing. I like Jordan Addison, man.
Yeah.
And they going out this Vols. I know the Titans organization cares not exactly. I agree. What up, Bryce?
What up, Bryson Haley? What's good?
Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you, Weezy. Hey, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. We've been Titans fans since the beginning, so we've actually seen them go to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, so let me say this. Of course, I want us. That's why we're here. Of course, we want to win, and it takes time to build. You spoke on Andy Reid. Andy Reid went to the NFC Championship game 4 years in a row, right? And didn't get a Super Bowl until he went to the Chiefs. So Andy Reid's a hell of a coach. So that's once in a lifetime of a coach. There's only a few coaches like that just in general.
Went to the Super Bowl twice in one.
Right. But I'm saying those coaches don't.
Ain't he been 4 times? No, twice. No, 3 times.
Just twice.
No, 3. He went with the Eagles.
Three times.
Yeah, he went with the Eagles when they played the Eagles,
right. Yeah. Mm-hmm, right. So what I'm saying is those coaches don't grow on trees. They don't. It's only a few. It's only like 2 or 3 coaches like that. Then you have a whole bunch of mediocre coaches. And I'm saying is it takes time to build. We had a situation where we was the 1 seed in the AFC, and we blew it. We blew that. And I knew at that point, I said, it's not a guarantee we'll be back here. They can't guarantee that every year. And what happened? We went 7-10 next year. So we went backwards. A lot of it did with injuries. That to me was a big part of his injuries and lack of talent. So, building this year with the draft that we had this year, and hopefully next year as well, too, as we continue to build, we'll see those things come down the pipe. So I think with Mike Vrabel, the question is he on the hot seat? I don't think he's on the hot seat at all.
Who said he was on the hot seat?
Well, I think that's what people are perceiving.
No. He's not on the hot seat. No. This is a conversation just when do you want him to progress? When do you think is the cutting point for you as a personal individual? When do you think, hey, enough's enough? I know there's some people that's kind of out on Vrabel.
If we went 4-13 this year, what will be your conversation in our
I said 2 years. He's not done. Okay. I give him 2 years. If he goes 4-13, okay, you got to add to the stable. You got money next year. I think we'll be better next year because you got money to spend. So you got money to spend to make this team better. But if you don't spend it in the right way, then that's when I got to question you. It's okay to question Vrabel, man. And we've done it plenty of times.
It is. It is. So that's the point I've made about the draft, and I'm saying about Will Levis, the receivers and things. I said he would get the smoke more than Rand because the common denominator is Mike Vrabel with him and John Robinson. He's the common denominator. So if they don't pan out, next year our receivers suck and say Will Levis or our quarterback play doesn't play well, then he's going to get smoke and he should get the smoke. And I think he would understand it. Like, yeah, I got to get this one. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like what sometimes I don't like what even with the David Long thing, man. I really thought we shouldn't have got rid of David Long to blame certain things on them. I just don't rock with that. But again, he's got us this far. And if you want to say who's the best coach in Titans history, it would be Vrabel, right? It would be between him and Jeff Fisher. But I feel like Vrabel is a more better coach than him. If we go 4-13 or whatever, 3-13, again, we're still in a building process anyway, right? But next year should get you over the hump, and that second year should get you back in the top 5 conversation. Of the top 5 teams is the Tennessee Titans. But if you say next year we go in and we got a wide receiver problem again this year, and Hawk, you don't address it next year, that's a problem, dog. That is a problem. And then I want to address this comment right here. Fair point that we might not get a better coach, but it's worth the chance. I would say this, with Rand being an analytical guy, I don't think he would fail at that. I think Rand would do his homework enough to be like, okay, if we happen to quote, I'm not saying Vrabel's going anywhere. So guys, don't take this as Vrabel's on the hot seat and Vrabel's not going nowhere. I really don't think he's going nowhere at all. But if he, hypothetically speaking, if something did happen, Rand would do his homework to say, okay, how can we get to the next level coach-wise? I got faith in Rand, man. I know a lot of people have lost faith in him. Not a lot of people, but certain people have lost faith in Rand. I like Rand, man. Rand's gonna do what he's doing, and then he's gonna take it over from Vrabel once he gets his understanding of how this stuff works. So I believe in Rand, man. Rand gonna be straight, man. I've seen what I've seen at Vrabel. I know what Vrabel is. I don't know what Rand is. But this first draft, I like what Rand has done. So to say that, I like you, Rand. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. You need some receivers. If you listen to the show, we need some receivers, brother. We need to get better in that aspect. You need to put some speed on this field, bro. Hey, other than that, bro, you did your thing, dog. Shout out to you, man.
Yep. So, well, all right, y'all. Well, that'll be our last question of the show, y'all. Hey, we want to say thank you all for the comments, being involved. It makes the show so much better, man. You know what I mean? Because we see things like, damn, that's a hell of a point. And of course, we're going to bring it out for sure. And we appreciate y'all as always rocking with us. Again, we'll have our YouTube shows for sure, but our continued content as well will be on our podcast, on Apple, Spotify, and those things. All that information is on our YouTube page. Hey, just go to our information section, click on it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, subscribe there too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we're putting content out there. If you want to hear us, man, we out there. You know, I know we had a break in between when the season was over, but we back in them streets, man. You okay? So, hey, you know, connect with us, you know, and let's keep it rolling, man. So, to check us out on other things as well, as always. You're right, Sherrod. We gotta make a cash out. You're right. All right, we'll do that soon, bro. We'll do that soon. For real. For real.
He held us accountable, man. Thank you for
that. Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. So you can check us out on Instagram at Tennessee Titans Weekly. You can check us out on Twitter at Titans Weekly 24/7. We're even on TikTok. We don't do a lot of TikTok, but TikTok is on there. If you go to Apple, you go to Spotify, you go to Deezer, all those different things. Find Tennessee Titans Weekly with the big red logo. With the only red logo for the Titans. Check us out. Follow us on there. When we have our show, our podcast, it pops up to you. Check us out as well. And lastly, as well, too, that I want to say is one of our sponsors is Luxury Painters of Nashville. So if you're in the Middle Tennessee area and you got interior or exterior painting that you need, give them a call, 615-592-0923. You can even Google Luxury Painters of Nashville. The information will pop up. Those guys are super duper, man.
Yep. And then, again, like you said, the reason why the audio podcast is the new thing is, again, you got some people that don't want to watch. I like Hawk said, our ugly mugs. They don't want to watch us, man. So it's all right. Listen, you can listen
That's
to what
right.
we got to say. And then also, man, it gets content out faster. And it's our raw thoughts on just a lot of stuff, man. So if y'all haven't, go subscribe to the podcast on those platforms that Hawk just mentioned. Please do that because we are pushing content almost, what you say, Hawk, every other day almost.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Like literally every other day. Well, of course, we'll still do our YouTube chop-up shows like we've been doing. And we'll still be out here, guys. But it's just for throughout the summer, go check us out, man. We on those platforms. And then, like you said, Luxury Painters, man, they do great work. So if you're in the Nashville area, Murfreesboro, Smyrna, Antioch, Lebanon, anywhere, man, call those guys, man. They are solid folks, man, and they do great work. I got some work that's coming. They about to do some work for me soon. So,
yes,
man,
sir.
Great show. As always, our audience, you guys are amazing. Y'all come with the dialogue. Y'all come with the heat. We love y'all. We love talking football with y'all, man. So we appreciate everything, man, because if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't have no show. So we appreciate it.
That's right. Well, folks, we hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. And you're going into Monday as well. We hope you have a blessed day as well. And again, keep checking us out, man. We got content coming. So as we always say, as we always do, Jacques, facts,
no paper.